There we go. Haha. I don't know why that changed back to default, because it shouldn't have, but hello everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, we do mini-campaigns, we do long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight, we are playing a game that I only recently learned how to actually pronounce, and I'm still going to pronounce it wrong. It is Symbaroum. At least that's how the internet says to pronounce it. It is a kind of gothic, high fantasy adventure. If you are a fan of the Witcher series, in my mind, I most equated it to the Witcher world if there were no Witchers. There are monsters, there's a kingdom in turmoil, there was a massive war, and we are in the process of the civilized world trying to recover, battling against the natural world that is fighting in rebelling against them. But before we jump into that, I have just a few announcements. First being our December casting call is out. I checked it yesterday. We had over 30 applicants already. Holy cow. December is going to be busy. On tomorrow, we have our next episode of Necromancers, our long running Lancer campaign. It's we took a little break there. We had some traveling, some vacation, but we are back, and we are headed for a masquerade ball. So it should be very cool. On the 22nd, we have a game of Pathfinder where we are fighting a turkey dragon. It is a high level custom monster that I made myself, and I'm going to try to roast some characters alive. Yeah. No games before or after Thanksgiving, just because, people are traveling, people have family over, whatever it is. People have lives. It's weird. I don't know. And then on the 26th, we are back at it with a game of Witch Fated Soul, because I apparently like my dark magic games, in which you are, of course, a witch or a warlock, but that came at the cost of selling your soul to a demon. And that demon just gets to follow you around forever. It's very cool. Other than that, we did have the announcement. Our team does have two new moderators. One of them is here with us. Actually, they're both here because Dido's in chat. But Dido and Lonnie, welcome to the team. Y'all are fantastic. We are very lucky to have you.
Be
Um,
here.
yeah. Other than that, I think I'm gonna start up the music. Start up the music. It's thinking about it. There it goes. I'm going to pass it over to the lovely cast and crew that I have in front of me here, give them a chance to tell you who they are, who they're playing tonight, and where they stand in this little adventuring party. We will start to my. You know what? We should probably start with the noble, right? Like the center, the linchpin of this whole operation. We should probably start with Scott.
Hello, I'm Scott, thank you, and I am playing Benjamin Grimtide the Third. Thank you. I come from the Third, yes, very important. I come from a long line of important people, and we have had much influence around the area as uh, purveyors of rare items and artifacts and different things. My great grandfather was a great treasure hunter, and well, mostly everyone else has just sort of rested on his line on his story. But I would like to set out and reinvigorate our house and bring more honor to our name.
Of course. That brings us up to Jason, your scout.
I'm Jason Fryer, gamer, game designer, and general curmudgeon. Tonight I am playing Frey, the hunter slash scout slash magpie, young young woman with rabbit ears that she is put on because she believes that she is a rabbit and a scout and basically part of nature. So she is just basically trying to lead these people to their doom. I mean, to the spot that they actually need to get.
So you're a magpie. I thought Tamara had like a crow armor that she made out of a bunch of crows. Is that a
Oh, I
problem?
no, I probably killed most of them. They were-
That's fair.
Don't call me out like that right away.
Kill it, I'll grill it. So
So
Okay.
your part in this is keeping your eyes out. You are the wings that watch out for danger.
and keeping these people fed.
All right, and that brings us over to Kian.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian, and tonight I am playing Averick Hollister, a witch hunter who is here with his own personal agenda. He's an older gentleman. He has been here for some number of days, seen some things, and is here to sort of support this group and help keep everyone safe, and perhaps keep a close eye on one person in particular who he is traveling with.
All right. So you are not the muscle, but your shield. And possibly moral compass. And that brings us over
We're in trouble.
who probably is the full muscle behind the team, Casa.
Hi, I'm Casa, and today I'm playing. She is just a mountain, I guess she wants to be called. She's the barbarian thug who just stays behind until something comes up, and tries to put her body in between her party and the enemy. And I've never played someone who fights with their fists or like weapons. So yeah, let's see how it goes.
Absolutely. And then down to apparently the outsider, the ostracized before we even started playing, Lonnie.
It's me. I'm the problem. Um, I am Lonnie or Looney Shaws. As of today, apparently a Discord mod, but also just general streamer and just really happy to be here in general. And I am playing I am playing Tamira. She is gonna be an issue apparently. She already has a little bit of corruption. She has a little bit of an understanding with the witch hunter, hopefully. So like, hopefully no PvP. But you know, like if she does some magic along the way, it's one of those things where you know she might have to be like, "Look away," or she might have to just make it up to Oh my god, I forgot your character's name already.
Averick.
Oh no. You were muted.
Averick?
Averick.
Averick.
Were you muted? Averick. Okay. Either she was muted or I just like saw her lips move and didn't process the sound. Anyway. But yeah, and I am here probably a little reluctantly, but I'm assuming that my powers have been understood of, you know, like what I'm able to do, what I'm capable of, but she's not really used to being in a diplomatic situation anymore because she's a self-taught mystic, kind of rejected like, you know, magic school and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Oh no.
Sorry, still getting over a cough. But of course, I'm Andrew, your Games Master for the evening, and for most evenings around here, although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM seats, and if you already filled out the December casting call, you saw a bunch of those games that we have planned, which should be awesome. But, like we said, the world of Symbaroum is on the darker side. It is a world where monsters exist, where your life can be so peaceful and quiet and happy inside the city walls of your castle, and yet be monstrous and horrifying outside of them. A small excerpt here to set the scene, and then we'll just jump on into it. Ever since the Karabaraks were invited by Lassifer Nightpitch to leave the woods and establish a settlement to the east of Thistlehold. This tribe has been categorized by its eagerness to ally with the rulers of said Thistlehold. The tribe's chief, Idelphans, regards himself as a very close friend to Mayor Nightpitch, and is deeply humbled by being allowed to serve as in such a noble position. A notion which is strengthened by the numerous lavish gifts that he receives from the people of Thistlehold. But there is a growing mass of younger goblins that are beginning to refuse to be content with getting, in their eyes, nothing but scraps from Mayor Nightpitch's table, from the city, with the hot-headed Utgals as their frontrunner. They claim that the proud history of Karabadak is sullied by its current status in allied with the humans. When the intoxicants are flowing, they can be heard yelling about everything from boycotting work to armed takeovers of Thistlehold. Idelphans ignores these rabble-rousers, thinking that they're really nothing but harmless bullies. Eventually, they'll tire themselves out. Only the informal leader of the village, one goblin by the name of Worm Wriggler, senses the gravity of this situation and has done his best to mitigate it, sending words that a diplomat would need to come by and talk reason to these goblins. That is where you will step in. Now, how long can this peace hold before something finally breaks? Before the goblins rise up and potentially create their own uprising within the walls of Thistlehold? Now, of course, none of you are from Thistlehold. It's been a tiring and long journey to even get here. Now, you may all have various time periods that you know each other from. Some of you are newer. Whatever it might be, you've all been traveling together for at least the past 3 months. Through forest, through bog, over mountain, through cold, through hot, through rain. Some would say that this would strengthen your bond with your travel companions. Others not. Where we're going to pick up as the music cuts out at a perfect time is standing on the edge of a massive forest. Now, you have been traversing numerous landscapes. Wooded terrain is nothing new to you. These trees, however, are standing well over 60, 70 feet tall. It's a little frightening to think that any one of them could collapse, and that would be the end of your journey. Also, kind of makes you wonder, might live in a place like this. Now, with that in mind, I'm sure I know who's first, who's leading the charge at the moment, but I will leave it up to you. Who would like to be in charge and to make the very first roll of the game?
Well, since we are on my family's cart and horse, I believe that it is my birthright to make the first roll for whatever it is. I'm willing to hear argument as I am a diplomatic man, but you've heard my piece.
Chances are I'm already ahead of the cart.
Wait, excuse me. Wait, Frank, we're talking.
Benji, you don't. These
Frank,
are woods.
how
These
many
are
times
woods.
do I? It is
These are woods.
Benjamin.
These are woods. Benji, these are woods. You don't know woods. I know woods.
All right, and I'll just kind of storm off. You can make the first roll.
So yeah, Just roll your vigilance,
Also-
please.
Vigilance. Okay.
So for anyone that doesn't know the basic rule set of Symbaroum, it is fairly simple. You are trying to roll under whatever your skill is. In this case, you have a vigilance of
15.
15. Rolling
And
a
I
4,
rolled
massive success. There, of course, are situations where you have a bonus or a minus to it. Turk,
I'll basically be, slowly going up towards the trees, looking for signs of who's passed through here. All of, animals, creatures, people
music is
sniffing
far
around.
too intense. But yes, this is nothing new to you. While the landscape might look a tad different than you're used to, it's never really all that different. You do, in fact, notice a lack of sound, first of all. A lack of birds, of buzzing, of the life of the forest. And then occasionally pick up the sound of what could only be a carrion bird, seeing the black feathers through the trees just every once in a while, as if they were all starting to slowly gather on a recent kill.
Smell anything rotted in the distance? Carrion.
At,
If there's birds,
at this
is there a
distance,
kill nearby?
you probably wouldn't smell anything, but you imagine once you start to get closer to it, you'll probably pick it up pretty.
Okay. Then I bound back towards the cart. There's probably something dead nearby. No sound. Very bad. You lead. Pointing to Benji.
Th- There's a soundless dead thing, and it's very bad.
Mhm,
I'm,
mhm. Trees
I'd like
bad.
to say that I'm beginning to distrust you, but I haven't really for a while. So, thoughts or onward? And
It will find it. The trees
I'm
will
just
find
gonna
us.
go in.
Whatever's in the trees will find us eventually. So we can go forward.
Yes, yes, yes. Of
I-
course. Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
Let's go.
I crawl back up onto the cart.
So who is actually driving the cart?
Probably me.
Beautiful. The horses do seem to be a little spooked as you press on. Not the first time,
Pat the.
not the last. But you follow what path you can through the trees. The trunks of these trees being 10 to 12 feet wide. And then it would hit all of you. The smell of something rotting.
Did someone fart?
It's dead. It's dead. There's dead things.
All right, Frey.
Told you.
I take it back. Yes, yes. You did warn us. Thank you.
Do you want me to find the dead thing? I can find the dead thing.
Do we
You
want to
don't.
find the dead thing?
I don't
It might
think
have-
we
it
Maybe
do.
we
might
could
have
find it
shinies.
to circumvent it. Like, get eyes on it so we know how to potentially get around.
Yes, yes. That's a very good idea. On where, Frey?
I'll,
Would you find it?
yeah, I'll hop back down and try to see which direction this might be in.
Yeah, no problem. Just between following the birds, following your own nose, you pass
Sorry.
pass
Goes further than
eventually
taste
into
it
a
ends. Sorry.
fairly large clearing.
Mhm.
It's maybe a good 40-ish feet ahead of you before you can make out what this massive rotted flesh actually is. Have any of you had any experience with trolls?
Maybe.
I don't think that falls under bushcraft, so
Probably not.
probably not.
I think that Averick has probably traveled pretty extensively. Um, so I would say he probably has.
I'd probably just
I might have
read
thought
about
so.
him, but yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I might have encountered one, but I don't know if I would have actually, like, maybe from a distance more so than actually up close and personal with them.
Isn't Rock a troll?
Mm.
Rock is a troll, isn't it? Aren't they a troll? I mean, they're big. They're big, really big.
I'm not a troll, but I won't take any offense. I definitely fought them though. They're not as strong as you might think.
You definitely smell better than this one, at the very least.
They
Well, when they're not
definitely
dead.
they vary in size, at least from what you've all seen or heard. Some of them being roughly human-sized, other being considerably larger than even, say, a grizzly bear.
Is
This-
this one of those
This
large
is one of
grizzly
those.
bears?
This would be about the size of a gray elephant.
Oh, good. Good,
The
that's fine.
Wow.
horns down the side curling almost like a ram set of horns. But long since dead, the body decaying, being picked at by the carrion birds. See a massive gnarled staff just lying off next to the body. Is at least twice as long as your cart.
Woof. I'll instinctively start circling around it, seeing if it dragged itself here or if it was killed here.
Sure. Would you make another vigilance check this time with a -4?
Assuming I'm doing this right. 9.
9. You
So
start getting closer. 35 feet, 30 feet. And there's just this instinct to stop. Mid-step. You have to look around. Something feels off. And then you can
I look
barely see, just kind of waving in the light, these near invisible strands of silk.
like a trap.
Like a spider's web. Only
Ooh.
massive.
Worse.
Is everything
I-
all right over there, Frey?
Spiders.
All right, well, what about the giant troll thing?
Think it died from spiders.
I'm
Spider
sorry.
can take down something that size.
Oh, well, they can get big.
Big enough to
Big
take down a
spider.
bear-sized troll.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's no spider I've ever seen.
I'm
You
not
think
going
it-
closer. Do you want to go closer? I would prefer you go closer. We'll
I
keep
don't think
eyes.
any of us should go closer.
Do you think it was one very large spider, or do you think it was some sort of swarm of millions of tiny ones? No.
Are there a lot of tracks or no tracks at all? Just the
From this
spider webs?
distance, you are seeing the troll's tracks. But if you wanted a more detailed picture, you would have to get.
Don't like it. Don't like it.
I'll come with
Who
you.
wants a? Okay.
I was actually going to say Tamira would probably start trying to approach as well.
Yeah, I was just
So at
rolling a
this
dice on
point-
my own to see how stupid I was, and I was about to say, yeah, I'm in.
So at this point, Roa has pulled in the cart and we've come to a stop, and I think everyone's just getting off now, except maybe yeah, Averick might not be.
Rick is going to pull out his sword and is going to look up and see if there's anything in the trees.
Smart.
That's
Yeah,
what I
You
was
did say
thinking.
this was
too.
like a clearing.
There's
The clearing's almost like, are there any other clearings, or is this almost kind of odd for the little bit of this forest we've seen?
You've seen little patches here and there, just pieces where the covering was so thick that, no other trees, anything else that tried to go was just,
So the clearing isn't itself necessarily
Yeah.
cursed by just being
No.
that. But okay.
um,
Player
Averick.
que-
Oh, go ahead.
player question. Uh, it doesn't. The description doesn't say anything, but does my sixth sense maybe go off?
Oh,
Or
what does that do?
well, it's more. I guess the way it's described is more. I have a strong intuition, and I am allowed to use my vigilance instead of accurate when attacking with ranged weapons. But I would. I'm not sure if it goes beyond that. So
I mean, I can certainly keep that in mind when you're looking for things.
Okay.
But Averick, weapon out, you were staring up the trees above you. Would you also make your vigilance at a -4?
It's a fail.
The others have started hopping out. Pull out your weapon and just start circling, staring up into the trees. And while you catch the occasional strand of silk that just kind of dangles on the wind, for the most part, if there's webbing up there, it's damn near invisible.
I would move in with the rest of the group.
Okay.
Will you come check this? Frey's awful afraid. Would you mind easing their mind and just checking about for anything witchy,
or spidery.
Yeah,
spidery?
we've seen any witchiness going on just yet, but
What about witch
I can
spiders?
check for spiders. Yeah.
Check for-
Um.
And I'm staying really close to Roa, since chances are I probably only come up to their hip.
Ooh, very nice. How close are you getting?
Um. I think I would keep my distance from the troll a bit, just solely based off of if we're looking for a giant spider that's taken something like this down, but also the smell. So maybe like still keeping like 10, 15 feet away.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if that might be a little too far in a forest, but
Totally up to you.
I still see something.
Yeah. If you're 10-ish feet away, you'd see like under the bloodstained fur that's kind of been pulled off as the carrions have fed on the meat underneath. And there's some ornate golden jewelry just laid across this individual. Almost
Right.
like necklaces that
Chinese.
just run 8-9 feet long that were strapped up into this like ornate shirt.
How did Frey not see that?
It's very blood covered.
Well, um, I alert Frey and say, "Hey, I know you like shiny things. I
Shiny?
don't know how close you want to get, but or how
Roa
bloody you want to get.
is already up there.
There might be something on the troll."
Roa's already next to the troll's head, and she uses her double axe to lift up the head to see if she can like cut off the shiny necklaces.
Yeah, the head is probably about the size of your torso. And
Cool.
you have to
I mean, but it's lying
lift.
down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just take the axe and just kind of, push away some of the rotten flesh, what's left of the arm. Bro, you don't have anything like medical expertise or anything.
No.
Yeah. These are just
Just the
wounds.
barbarian.
Yeah, this thing probably died of, some natural cause. Who knows?
Old age.
Yeah. But yeah,
That's what all the
Spider-induced old
cobwebs
age.
are about. They're just so old.
Yeah.
it would be easy to just reach out and just, snap the small chain that keeps all of this bound, and it would simply just start to fall and collect onto the ground.
Hey, Roa? No. Hey, Frey, do you want some of this?
Shiny, definitely, definitely. Please have shiny.
Yeah? Roa polishes off some of it on her clothes and gives it to.
Or
I know I like rope. I know.
I mean, there's like golden discs ranging from about the size of a silver dollar up to a dinner plate, all carved
Oh,
extraordinarily, very fine detail, small gems inlaid in it.
Right.
This troll has some nice stuff,
Um,
but no one took it.
Benjamin,
Yes.
buddy,
How you doing?
the others are starting to descend onto this body. You and I assume that you're back with Tamira, but I mean, how close would you like to be?
Oh, goodness, no. I was actually just waiting for a moment to say that I want the staff. I want to look at the staff that you were talking about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I
You
could be in the middle of some of this. I also have one of my journals out and I'm taking extensive notes out of all of this. And if anybody ever reads my journal, it's very self-aggrandizing. Oh, today I found this troll and I had my minions.
uh staff is very much a kind of generous term in that this looks like one of these trees just got chopped down and then kind of carved into the shape of a stick. It's enormous.
Okay, so it's a big stick, and yet they have fancy jewelry.
Hmm.
That seems cool. Um,
But
I have Lore Master, which I
ooh,
don't know like if that is super applicable in the staff area.
I mean, the what little carvings there are, at least what you're
Oh,
able to see, would definitely give you the sense of like a village elder, like an individual that over the years has carved this staff out, carved, mementos into it, little memoirs, just hit their own version of a journal.
oh, beautiful, beautiful. I believe this
But
person came from a larger group or perhaps a village. This staff is engraved with all sorts of memories and sort of iconographs, and it looks as if it was maybe even passed down generations. Um, this person might be missed. I mean, with trolls, but still, I worry that there could be other trolls coming to find them as well, or other things. Did we find out how long we think the body's been here? Or been.
um, with some more intense medical examination, you probably have a better idea.
Okay.
Um,
But at
I have
the
Lore Master and Alchemy.
at the moment, I do need Benjamin and Tamira, the two of you being the furthest away, having probably the best chance to see this, to roll your vigilance minus
oh
2.
no.
Something's coming.
um,
It's nice knowing you, Averick.
ooh, I
No,
Ooh,
no.
we see
Something's coming,
nothing.
but
We
we
are
don't
clueless.
know.
Tamara, come here, look at this staff with me.
Wow, fascinating. I have no idea what any of it means.
Doesn't this look like a trio of frogs being set upon by a flock of crows?
What could it mean?
I have no idea.
There we
Trolls tell
go.
the funniest stories.
That's the music that I wanted. Those of you that are over by the body, are pulling the jewelry off. The two of you by the staff, unfortunately, don't see what is descending from above.
Frog.
It's just the occasional drip that almost feels like condensation that's starting to rain down from above, as if it were starting to rain, but it's not. It's this black, greenish ichor that just hits and sticks to you like tar. By the moment the two of you are starting to realize something is wrong, they are going to just let go from the strand and just fall the remaining 15-20 feet. Towering over the two of you, this massive spider lands. Off-centered, off-balance, multiple legs seem to be missing. Across its body is this wound that looks like it's so infected that it's refusing to heal, and it is just bleeding over the top of two of you.
Oh, is that what dripped on us?
And there is where we are going to go into our very first combat.
Boy.
He's gonna die!
I'm sure it's fine.
The spider. The spider will die. He's already almost there.
Don't worry, Benjamin
All that
Grimtide the Fourth is already rolled up. It's fine.
He's your son?
Yes.
So, being that it did manage a surprise attack, it does get one free action at the top of combat.
Right.
And we're going to go even or odd between Benjamin and Tamira. Who wants even and who wants odd?
I mean, I am noble, so I think I'm more even. You're definitely off.
There you go.
Well, congratulations. I think you got hit first.
It is
Your nobleness.
it is going to try to bite you.
Would you? Me, you?
Benjamin, so you need
Okay.
to roll your defense -5.
Defense. Where is my defense? Is that just the armor? Do I hit that button?
Yes, I believe so.
Okie dokie. -5, you say?
Yep.
That's fine. Right? Oh! That could be a 1.
That is
sir.
Critical
One,
defense.
Thank you. Spider!
Not only do you avoid the attack, but you actually get to make a free strike against it. What does this look like?
In my moment of panic, I believe this looks like, huh! And push Tamara in the way.
Sorry, I'm the attack?
I am happy to let you pass that free attack on over to Tamara.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I thought you were pushing me like into it to the point where I just like fell over it and like crushed it a little bit or something.
But
Yeah,
you
I'll
are
are
use
the
you.
weapon.
That's fine.
Benjamin just
How big
ducks
is this
under
spider?
and then just kind of moves behind you, giving you a moment to make a free attack against it. It's about the size of your wagon.
Okay.
Big spider.
Big spider.
Snap.
And how close would you say it is to us?
It is on top of you.
Okay, so this is a great time for me to mention that I have a ranged weapon mainly, but I can do something with a dagger. So,
So thrown weapon mainly, which is what?
well, could I throw the dagger? I don't know if I need a specific type of dagger for that, but could I potentially try to throw it?
I'm pretty sure you can throw it. I don't
Okay.
think...
I just don't want to get too close because I'm squishy.
Yeah?
Any modifiers?
Pull its sheet back up.
Oh, I did not hit it.
What are you?
Ooh. Ooh.
We're underneath it. Does that help?
I don't think in that
So
case.
it is your accuracy -3.
Accuracy -3.
So you would have had a -3 modifier, but yeah, you definitely failed.
Mm-hmm.
Your blade just
fell
tries
on
to
you.
stab up into it, and you cut along some of that chitinous exterior, and it just rakes across it. Unfortunately, no impact.
Am I able to retreat at the end of that attack, or?
It's just, you got to make one reactionary attack because the defense was so spectacular. But
Do we see this?
If you have several daggers like on me, you can just like take one.
Well, right now I think I didn't throw it.
It didn't
so
work.
whoever has the
Yeah,
highest
it's good
quip
to
The
know.
spider.
gets to act first. Now that we're in actual initiative order.
Highest quick,
Highest quip.
Highest. Quick.
15.
13.
9.
12.
11.
Oh no, I'm slow.
All right.
It's literally on
So
top of me, and I'm slow to react.
who had the highest?
15 for Scott, for Benjamin.
Oh,
15.
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Unless someone else did. Sorry, I didn't hear if someone else did.
No, I've got 12.
13.
13. 12.
11 for average.
11 for Averick.
9 for
And then our
Tamira.
mage.
9 for Tamira. And our good old spider buddy here. So many points that I bookmarked in the sheet. Quick, 13. It's going alongside Roa.
Me. Ooh.
Benjamin, you duck under this bite, crawling behind your companion. What would you like to do?
Roll back. I've seen. Is Tamira her? Sorry, she her?
Yeah.
I've seen her fail miserably, and I just like leaning on her back. I let. So I have steel throw, which means I can do a double attack. Correct? Steel throw says thrown weapons are a D8, can make double attack or throw a non-throwing weapon.
Sorry, one more time.
Steel throw 2 attacks.
Okay.
Cool. Then I'm just gonna whip 2 throwing daggers.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, lost my tab, and that is accurate, correct?
Yes. Versus its defense, so -3.
Oops, my bad. I did not -3.
It's
I
all
rolled-
good. You had a success of 6. That is going to hit.
All right. Do you want me to damage or the other one first?
Yeah, go and roll the other one and then roll damage together.
Alrighty. -3. Roll. To 2.
Yeah. Both of them just sink in, breaking past that rotted spider exterior.
And then it is a D8 for both of them. 1. And the other one is also a 1. That's fair. That's fair. I'm spectacular, but I don't I don't last though. I mean, I don't follow through fully.
Yeah. That was good though.
You have a familiar.
Yeah. So there's 2 points of damage. Neither of them get past the creature's pain threshold, but
Dare you.
they do both sink into the underbelly. All right, that brings us down to Roa.
Yeah. Okay. So, in terms of movement, I'm pretty sure we can get to the spider.
Yes, you are 1
Okay.
move away.
Okay. So, Roa's coming up and she's seeing this and she's swinging her axe. Oh, and there's a free action for Berserker, so I add an extra 1d6 damage
Yeah.
in melee. And I'm just gonna swing with my double axe.
Yeah. Defense -3.
-3. Oh no.
Just barely missing.
Ugh.
Fortunately,
slippery
the axe just hits something wet that is just the blood dripping down from it, and it just causes it to glance off. Anything else?
Is there anything else? How many?
I believe you can take 2 actions.
Okay. So maybe I'll just, since I swung it down and it slipped, can I bring it back up and try to hit it
Oh,
again?
so you can take 1 combat action and 1 move action.
Okay, so I moved there and then I combat it, so
Ran
I'm
up,
just really close.
letting out this bellow of rage, go to swing, and you can't quite connect.
Roa's gonna try and stand in between Tamira and the spider.
Absolutely. I assume that Tamira is not resisting this.
You
Benjamin shoves you closer. Roa shoves you back.
You know, it's no wonder I missed. I'm off balance. I can't.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
We are gonna head and go with the spider. It is, unfortunately for it, very off balance, having only 1 leg on one side. Even that leg seems weak. Something is just ravaging this massive spider's body. Hello, Internet. Hello. You'll be famous very soon. Be running your own streams. All right. Against
Gotta
Roa,
start him young.
we're gonna try to bite you.
Hit me.
So defense -5. This thing is accurate.
Excuse me.
So oh yeah, I was asking about like the shield and stuff. So which one is it armor and then? But I still have a shield, so it's.
I think shield
See?
increases it by 1.
Because I'm a shield fighter.
What does the shield fighter give you?
+2 defense.
So yeah, once you click your defense, it should give you a place to like add a bonus.
No, it just says modifier, and you said
Okay.
-5.
So -5 with the +2, so only -3.
3.
Okay, gotcha. That's how it works.
Oof. Almost
Ooh,
a
nice.
critical hit.
Almost.
Or sorry, almost a critical defense. Yeah, this thing tries to bear down on you, putting all of its weight on that one leg, and you just have to lean back and just shove the face away. Unfortunate. Yeah, that's all it's got. We are down to Frey.
And I'm just immediately drawing my bow and firing. It's
Yeah,
almost instinctive.
go for it. -3
because
for
I have-
defense.
And because I have 6th sense, I use my vigilance when I'm shooting.
Yep.
So,
Instead of accuracy.
Yep.
You're firing on instinct.
-3. And I got an 8. Does it automatically do the damage?
I think you could set it to automatically do damage. You could
Oh, nice.
fix that. It definitely
Wow.
succeeds.
Because I think it rolled a 10.
It did roll a 10 for damage. That is definitely enough to get past its pain threshold.
Wow.
Not enough to kill
Wow.
it, but that one arrow just sinks into the side of the neck, just causing that entire section of armor to just splatter and just start to drip down. So you did pass its pain threshold, which means I believe you can either make them fall prone, or you can either make them get knocked down, or you can take another free attack immediately.
Since Africa's probably going to be coming in, I'm going to have it knocked down.
Yeah.
So I picture it just basically firing the arrow, catching it in the neck, and it kind of tumbles down the corpse.
Yep.
So now it's
One leg that was
prone.
holding it up finally just gives a sick snap, and its body just collapses off to the side.
I'm a glutton for punishment. Does that mean it falls on me?
How about a nice quick check?
Sure.
I would try to assist if I could.
You're fine. By a wide margin, you're fine.
Roll. Roll out of the way.
You're just doing little rolls back and forth on the ground.
Wiggity, wiggity, wiggity.
All right, so it is knocked prone, and that brings us down to Averick.
So Averick took the twin attack feat, which means that ability, which means that I am able to attack twice, once with my dagger, once with my sword. A quick challenge that I'm gonna have is that the sheet automatically populated backstab for both attacks to roll the damage, and that should only be for one attack. And I have been clicking furiously, but I can't figure out how to make that go away.
Fine, we'll just subtract it.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to swing with my sword first. Oh, never mind. I'm dumb, not the sheet. I didn't click the one button that would make it go away. That was a 1. That was a 1 before.
Yep, so that is a critical hit. Which means you do an extra 1d6 points of damage.
Two.
Still, this massive creature takes the arrow, falls off to the side, its chitinous hide just starting to give and crack under any pressure. How would you like to finish this creature?
Averick comes in and is already drawing his sword, or his dagger, as he's coming in with the sword on his left hand, and just uses the momentum of the step forward to slash across. Averick has lined themselves up to be on the same side as Tamira, so slashes across whatever body part that is, and seeing it start to go down, flips the dagger so that its pointed end is out, and uses his arm to kind of sweep Tamira back further from.
I thought you were going to throw Tamira in.
All right, who else wants to push me? I think Ro is the only one who hasn't pushed me yet. No, Frey is the only one who hasn't pushed me yet.
But yes,
Give it time.
just cleaving
Give it
as
time.
much through as he can.
With the blow landing and feeling a brief bit of resistance before that chitin cracks, and it is cutting through soft butter at that point. This thing's insides are near gelatinous. Something infected this creature and has been causing a very slow and very painful death.
Would I know, based on corruption, if this is a corruption and if any of us are at risk
This
being
is
near it?
very much corruption, and if you were to be bitten, it would probably put you at risk.
Okay.
From the other side of the troll, you hear, "Spider."
Did anybody get bit?
No.
No, just a little drips on me, but I think
Don't lick
that's okay.
No. And I go back to cleaning the shiny.
It would take a little while to, get, because it is wrapped around this giant troll's body, so you have to kind of lift and pull, breaking the thin chain at a few points to get as much of it as you can, but
I'll direct Roa. Shiny.
Yeah, I thought I just snapped it off.
its body is laying on, half of it, just from the way that it was wearing it. But
Okay, so Roa's trying to lift up the head while Frey tries to grab it.
no problem.
And Roa gets the big parts because I can't carry it. I just want the small shinies.
Is there any way with my alchemy skills that I could collect some venom from this less than 8-legged fiend?
Mm.
I don't think it was 8-legged anymore.
It was about 4.5-legged.
Years ago.
Yeah. How about a nice cunning?
A nice cunning roll, I could for
No,
you.
no negative.
No negatives. No negatives. Order
That-
15.
That
Is
hovered
right?
on that 18 for so long.
I know.
But yeah, a 4, no problem. You have a couple spare vials, easy.
Perfect. Great. I'll put that in my items, I guess. I don't know why I took it, but
Never know. Those of you that were focused on collecting troll jewelry, you'd imagine you have probably a good 20 thaler worth of jewelry.
Nice.
I give a piece to Tamira for the one time she bought me a dagger way back when. This is, yeah, I always pay my dues.
I
I
don't.
never expected you to pay it back, but thank you. And she'll put it in her little, like, how big is it? Can I, like, put it in a belt pouch, or is that...
You would have your choice from, pieces that are about that big to, more manageable pieces.
I'll take one that'll fit in a belt pouch, so, like, I don't know, that...
we also have the cart. You could just put a big thing in the cart.
Put the rest in. Oh.
Tamira's not too concerned with money, so she's like, oh, I wasn't ever expecting you to, like, okay, thank you, and just, So,
Can I?
he's not going to try to get a
Can
bigger
I-
piece.
Yeah. Can I try getting the troll horn? I think it would be a cool drinking thing if I hollowed it out.
It would, just
Skull.
take a little bit of
Yeah.
time.
Being the
But
witch hunter kind of getting there.
no roll required. To just take a little time of cutting away. Unless you'd like to roll to see how cleanly you can do it.
What would I have to roll? Cunning?
I would
Or
I would almost put that under quick.
quick?
Is there any way I can help since bushcraft kind of
Yeah. So take
With,
a
you know-
+2 to this, which still wouldn't be enough.
uh,
It's,
no, don't oh
Yeah.
that's bad. No.
It's okay, you can file it down later.
Unfortunately, the first one does have a little crack down the side of it. It can be
Okay, that's
fixed,
okay.
but you're welcome to try again at the other side.
There are two.
Yeah.
So
try
this is with a +2 for the assistant.
No, with the hacking, more with the cutting.
Right. Let's try.
Barely.
Without
Better?
that +2,
Better?
definitely wouldn't.
Yep.
have.
This
Thank
one
you.
is
Thank you,
clean. Should you want to sell it, maybe after cleaning it up a little more, you could probably get a solid 2 or 3 thaler for it.
Nah, this is mine.
My trophy. You didn't kill
May
this
I-
creature, but
May I copy down some of the images you were talking about that were on the staff?
100%. It is a mixture of, young trolls hunting, exploring, all the way up to, elderly images of staring off at a troll society, which kind of goes against a lot of the written, historical accounts of trolls just being these vicious abomination of creatures that know nothing but hunger and hatred.
Fascinating. Oh, goodness. What do you think about this, Averick? It seems to imply that these normally beastly creatures are perhaps they have a civilization of their own.
They also have shinies.
Yes, they're able to make their own shinies and everything. I'm curious what you think as a fellow intellectual.
Averick, after the fight, had very quickly moved away from Tamira, looking almost a little frustrated. My interaction with
Anything.
trolls, would I have come across any other trolls who might have traveled in this way?
If you've traveled in less populated areas, it's entirely possible. But if you've stuck to like main roads, main cities, things like that, you're unlikely to have ever really come across a troll.
Um, I've never seen anything like this. I think it's a little interesting that you're copying down the symbols. We've already taken his horns. We can just cut up and take the stick as well if you'd like.
Oh, I think it would be better to let him rest with this thing. It was clearly important to him. I think that since we are unable to return him anywhere, I think that his remains should be with his stick. I just don't. It's going to take up a lot of room, and there's more gold and things to put in there. So
Roa was carrying the stick, dragging it, and then she heard Benji say that. She's like, "Yeah, that makes sense," and drops it a bit further away.
This massive tree trunk, a good like 8 or 9 times longer than Roa is tall, just dragging it along behind you. And toss it off to the side.
like a boom.
Yeah, a little disappointed, Roa just gets back on and says, "Everyone ready?"
Continue on then.
Mhm.
Nice little pit stop.
Yeah, while they're doing that, Frey just basically goes and kind of kneels down beside the troll, and you can hear her whispering something to it, almost reverently, and then just basically bows and then starts heading back towards the cart. And if anybody, I'm not sure if Tamara is close enough to hear her, but
I never really got too close to the troll. But if you're depends on how loud you're whispering, I'm probably about like 10 feet away, so that might be a little too far. But
you might catch words about the forest and returning.
once you start walking back towards the cart, Tamira will actually kind of like fall in a line with you when you're walking back and just say, I don't know everything you said, but it sounded like it was nice.
It deserves something. He, he was of the forest. He should return to the forest.
Looks
Nasty
like he's
spiders.
doing that now. So
Are you
yeah,
okay? You got. They were pushing you around quite a bit.
I'm okay. I a little off balance. Didn't really help with any trying to attack to help, but um no bruises on me or anything. So luckily you
And
guys were a big help with taking it down.
I hand you something wet and sticky and slightly chitinous that I've cut off the spider for you. It's like it's almost like a holy item.
I'll take it and like thank you. Thank you. And she'll kind of try to like wipe it off with like a spare piece of like cloth that she has on like her hood or something like that. Um what was it?
Probably like one of the fangs or something.
Because you just said something wet, so I was like, okay,
Wet.
maybe if I like rinse it off a little bit, it'll become clear.
Just a clump of blood, and so you're
Yeah.
wiping it away.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Just
not the blood clump. If it's a thing, I will. Is that anything I can use in alchemy? Because I also took alchemy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'll
since I
I'll
know you need spell components and stuff.
yeah. No, thank you so much. It's
Mhm.
I'll treasure it. Thank you. And she'll like put it in her little belt pouch with the little coin that or the little piece of necklace that she just put in there too. And she's kind of just has like a chipper mood because people are like being generous right now, even though she messed up earlier.
Mira, Frey,
You-
come on, hurry up!
I was just gonna say that.
Coming.
Up your lolly wagon!
All right.
Hop in the cart.
Yeah.
And Frey will try to Tamira will try to fall in line with Frey and just kind of like run, like, because like Frey was kind of going fast earlier, so she's gonna try to keep up.
You do have large horses. They're the heavy horses, so thankfully they don't have much trouble getting through the dense forest. You'd have a few more hours of travel before the sun does start its descent. You are welcome to press on through the night or stop and set up camp.
I'll look at Averick. Do you want me to find camp?
Try to get a sense, maybe first, if there's any other giant spiders trying to kill us, and if there's not any, anything
can-
immediately dangerous, then I
I
think
can look.
camp would be a good idea.
I can look.
Yeah,
Oh.
no roll required. You have not seen any signs of other giant spiders.
Really
Then
see
I will
signs
try
of the
to find
first
it.
spider very easily either.
Yeah. I will try to find a spot that's off this pass that is comfortable and safe and out of the wind.
Yeah, you are an experienced hunter, experienced woods guide, I guess is the term. Whatever it might be.
Woodland
Yeah.
spirit.
It
Get it
wouldn't
right.
be anything you would have to roll. Take you, a good 5, maybe 10 minutes, but find a nice spot away from the wind, away from prying eyes, and with enough room for everyone to set up and get some rest.
So I didn't ask it when we were there, and I definitely should have, but I didn't. So, is it safe to assume that that giant wound on the spider was from the troll, or should we be worried about something else?
I would assume
I mean, yeah,
they were
I
fighting.
apparently was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you, do you have any sort of medical expertise?
Acrobatics?
You should ask Averick.
I was literally gonna ask, like, did Averick end up taking Medicus or not?
Yeah.
We all look at Averick.
Yeah.
If that's something you're
As
like
we're-
voicing to the group in character, like, oh, like I wonder if, then
Yeah.
He's
know.
confident.
And then
I'm sorry, Benjamin's confident. And he's just like, yeah, of course. It was just the troll. So,
Of course.
Would
the
I
wind.
have noticed anything?
Yeah. Feel free to roll cunning, please, with +2 for your medical knowledge.
I didn't make myself very smart, so. Yeah, that's fail.
With 12. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, it was a grievous wound. It certainly could have just gotten infected. As if it fought the troll, the wounds didn't have time to heal. It got, started to get sepsis. Its body started to fight, and then it just got weaker and weaker over time.
it fought the
I'm
troll
just
and the
gonna-
troll.
It's
I'm
entirely
just gonna
possible.
walk over to Benjamin and just kind of pat them on the shoulder and say, "Sounds like Benji's right," and just keep walking forward.
Very good. Yes, thank you, of course. What? Yes, forward.
All right. Setting up camp is easy. Get a little fire started. Able to pull out some rations and eventually lie down and get some rest. I assume that you have your watch order settled. We by no means have to go through it. You've been traveling on the road for a very long time. You know how to protect yourselves. What you cannot protect yourselves from, however, is corruption.
Sorry.
Corruption, there we are. 1d4. 1. Everyone gains 1 point of temporary corruption. Once you leave the forest, if you have any temporary corruption, it will disappear.
Oh, there
Oh, there it is.
One, two, 4, 5. In the middle of the night, as all of your companions are sleeping, Tamira, your night is a little less restful. Which makes sense because you do by far have the most corruption. What would Tamira's nightmare look like? Corruption-induced night.
Think along the way it would kind of be a progression of her being back in the civilization that she used to be a part of. And maybe she's in the wizarding, like the witch class that she had been beginning to take before she kind of realized she didn't fall into place and didn't have the same ideals as the school. And then all of a sudden she'll see some terrible monster just come out of nowhere that doesn't belong in that situation at all. And everyone else is fighting with these amazing techniques and prowess and cunning abilities, and she feels helpless in the situation, and she doesn't she almost feels like she has to run in the situation because it just doesn't feel right to her, but she probably is also the one taking attack and not really knowing why, because she's not even provoking anything. But
Man, my heart.
It's just hunting you.
mm-hmm.
Even in the old life that everyone considered normal, the life you were destined for, the corruption just still hunts you. And it doesn't feel like it'll ever stop.
Yeah. And
The
I
re-
imagine from that there'll be a moment at the very end where it almost seems like it's closing in on her, while she'll wake up with a startle. And if anyone's like right next to her, it might be kind of severe, like how quickly she gets up and looks shocked. So hopefully she didn't wake anybody up. But
I assume
Go ahead.
a light sleeper, so I'd probably sleep quite close and get woken up. Are you okay? Is there...
yeah, just a nightmare that just rang a little too close to home. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I thought it was another spider. Had a weird dream about
nothing, no real dangers right now. So, go back to sleep. I'm so sorry. And she'll kind of also try to go back to sleep and just like kind of toss and turn for a few minutes before she gets comfortable again. But
Probably Roa's not gonna go back to sleep, so she might hum something that was in her tribe from way back when, because a lot of them, like the others in the tribe, didn't really sleep very well either, because a lot of fighting and what. She would just keep humming until it seemed like her Tamir's breathing slowed.
The rest of you do have little bits of nightmare, just little moments where something feels looming. Not to that degree.
No, my
Yeah,
money.
I kind of.
No.
Sorry.
No.
I kind of see after Tamara and Roa were talking, like this figure drop down from the tree, and then just kind of almost dog-like curl up behind Tamara, just to lend her the warmth.
organization rejected her, but not her group.
What was your name again?
Oh. Other than Benjamin.
Tony, that was it.
Yeah,
Okay.
hey,
Close enough.
All
Maybe
right.
Tomi is my
Mm,
nickname.
But the morning light does eventually come, able to once again heat up some rations, get some clean water, because you probably don't want to drink anything here without making sure it is heavily purified. Especially waking up feeling almost a little sick, which for most of you, corruption poisoning isn't a normal feeling. But for someone who knows and casts magic, you would absolutely know what this feeling is and know that this place is hiding a darkness.
would we have experienced this sort of corruption previously on our journey? Like, would we have gone through a forest like this that would have done?
Not to this degree, no.
Is this like Mirkwood?
Kind of,
Okay. Oh boy.
You're fine.
I don't like the sounds of that.
right?
And you
As somebody who's familiar with all of this, even though she didn't sleep too well, Tamira will still make sure she's like checking in on everybody in the morning. Um, Especially people that she's assuming probably have never really like aren't as familiar, maybe like maybe if someone looks a little bit more affected in the morning and just is kind of like groggy, and she'll just make sure that everyone's okay.
anyone
Benji
else feel
definitely looks peaky. So yeah. Sorry, bro.
hmm. I was just gonna ask, anyone else feeling sick?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I kind of feel like I had a few too many last night or something. That, ugh.
Yeah. Ugh.
Tamira will like be looking kind of deeply into the woods and just be like, something's not right in those woods.
So we should go left then?
Whichever direction will get us out of here. Frey, do you have any idea how much longer we'll be in these woods?
Don't know. Could be a while. I I can go ahead.
Best guess would probably be about a week.
Oh, week.
Shit.
Yeah, foot travel back then was not fast.
And you said the corruption goes away when we leave the forest?
When you leave the forest.
Ooh, we're gonna see a
Yeah.
side of Benjamin that we don't want to see. Very fast.
Yeah, I'm already a third of the way to my threshold. It's fine.
This many nights, maybe less.
All right.
Oh, that's not good. Is everyone ready to start heading out? The faster we get going, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Let's
like it.
go.
All right, lead on. Yes.
Yeah.
This
I think
time I will
Benjamin
actually
is-
stay ahead of the. I'll stay ahead of the cart.
I think Benjamin is still trying to, lead, but is, like 20% lower than he normally is, and is definitely like more so than normal. Is definitely relying on Frey and Tamara and whatnot. Even though you guys are always the ones who lead things, he's just oblivious. But now he's actively handing it.
Okay.
Oh,
We probably don't even think anything's really up then. We're just like, oh yeah, okay. Normal day's work.
He's probably just complaining more. Oh my back. Oh.
We'll like be rolling our eyes, but luckily we're facing forward, so you don't know.
Right.
thankfully, most of the day is fairly quiet. In fact, it is very, almost unsettlingly quiet.
Good.
It's not until Frey you hear a booming roar echo through the trees, which sounds... It sounds bestial, but the kind of bestial that you're used to, that you would expect. And alongside that roar, it's almost this cacophony of screeching whispers that just echo out around it. You hear that roar again, this time pained and desperate.
Not spiders. Something else.
Well, at least it's not spiders.
I actually feel like you would have a very good idea of at least what one of these creatures is.
Okay.
Um,
I do have beast lore, I believe.
yeah, any of you that have really traveled and spent time outdoors in the woods, you would know what and I am gonna butcher this pronunciation, a Biogorn is.
Ah, yes.
It is a bear-like creature.
Oh, great.
That sounded like something I've heard of, seen.
Bear. Really big bear.
Yeah, that's the one.
Sounds like it's fighting something and losing.
Just
Anybody
out of
help?
curiosity, for rituals, I know that they're supposed to take a while, but how long in this sort of setting, like what would it kind of look like? So I kind of know if it's worth using or not in this scenario.
What's the ritual that you have?
Borrow Beast. Basically, it would look like me meditating, but it's supposed to basically allow me to be able to like put myself in the eyes of a smaller creature, and I was thinking a bird, and see if it'd be worth me trying to fly towards the sound.
Yeah. I mean, it typically takes about an hour, which you could just simply just plop yourself down in the back of the wagon. But I would be happy to give you the opportunity to kind of rush through it and make a resolve check.
Any modifiers?
Nope.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, look at you. You are fine. But
So,
believe you still do get 1 point of corruption.
okay. Temporary?
Temporary, yeah.
Okay. So I am kind of just going to feign just kind of needing a break from walking for a second. And almost just look a little tired, a little worn out, and try to go sit in the wagon for a minute. And from what all of you can see, Tamira just looks like she's kind of sitting down and just meditating. But I'm gonna try to find a bird nearby that I can use to start walking or start going towards the direction of the sound.
Huh?
Um,
You do take the 1 point of corruption. It is D4 whenever you use a power or ritual.
oh, okay. Okay.
But I rolled a 1.
Yeah, so I possess the body of a small beast and well, beast, is that okay if it's a bird? Okay. And have full control over it for a long period of time. I can do this for up to 24 hours, obviously not going to. But I just want to see what's happening and see if it's anything we should be avoiding or if anything we need to help with.
Just a moment of reaching out, just gently plucking one of the birds out of the tree with your connections to the shadows and your magic. It immediately stops hopping around, almost sways on the branch at your command, would take off and head towards this commotion.
And while I'm up in the sky as well, I'll be trying to stay a little bit underneath the tree line so it's not like I'm looking down and only seeing the tree tops, seeing if I can kind of stay a little bit below so I can see anything else in our path as well on the way.
Easy to do. You have a good 60 feet of clearance to do so. These trees are massive.
Okay.
You would pretty quickly see the scene that you're all hearing. A bear-like creature just backed up to the mouth of a cave roaring out in defiance, taking swipes at these skeletal-esque figures. They almost look human, but there's just something wrong. The limbs are a little too long. The bone structure doesn't quite match. It just looks and feels wrong. These creatures have no expression. They make no noise other than letting out that hiss that they all do together as they just start swarming towards this bear, just taking swipes at it, pushing it back further and further.
Please don't tell the witch hunter. We can keep going.
Is this something that's in our path? Is this something we can easily
You can
circumvent?
absolutely avoid it.
Okay. I kind of circle back around and look towards another like possible direction, kind of in the direction that we've already been going, just to see if that at least looks clear, see if there's any more patrols of those skeleton-looking beings are nearby, trying to like go towards the sound of it or anything like that.
Would
Like, is the
you
just basically is the path forward clear if we circumvent it?
would you roll your discreet, please?
Success. Barely, but I did.
Barely. There is a point as you're flying around looking for other pathways where you see some more of these creatures just kind of looming, just standing on fallen trees, standing on rocks, as if there was this crowd watching this fight happen. A few of them do just kind of start to break their necks, turning them to the point where in a human anatomy, the spine would have snapped. They're turning their head at such awkward angles. But they scan the trees and then go back to observing the fight, as if they
Okay.
felt something but couldn't see what it was.
Huh. And I'm just going to assume that this is something I probably have never seen before, just commonly in the woods. Like, it's not a natural
They're
being
not
in the
common,
woods.
no.
Okay. Okay. Um, so I will kind of come to, um, and I'll like take a sip from my water jug and kind of look like I'm stretching to get back up, look like I, very casually just needed a rest. Not to draw attention to the witch hunter. I looked very indiscreet. It's okay. It's okay.
Averick had already been kind of lingering in the back and was kind of keeping an eye just from behind because so many people were intentional about going being at the front of the cart and is pointedly not looking at you. Like, is pretty well facing in the direction, but it's kind of like looking off and above that you've probably seen him do before of like, I'm going to choose to not see this right now.
It's meditating. It's fine. It's fine. And so Tamira will get off the back of the cart, and even though Averick isn't looking at her, she'll kind of see that look, and she'll kind of still give like a little appreciative nod in the direction, even though you don't see it. And then she will go back up to the front and relay to Freya where like the direction that she learned would be safe and be able to avoid any potential trouble.
Fighting? What's going on? Why should we? Is it dangerous?
I don't really know what it is, but whatever that bear that we heard being attacked, there's a lot of them, and they don't look natural, and honestly, I'm not totally convinced that they couldn't sense magic. So I think it's better to just make sure we clearly circumvent the area. I don't know if they noticed me. I mean, it's okay. Nothing, they're not coming towards us or anything like that, but probably just best to go in this direction. And
Way through. Thank you. Do you want to help me guide?
yeah, of course. And she'll kind of, Lonnie's not good with directions, but yeah, like Tamira will
Yep.
tell like what she saw from the vantage point and everything like that, and help navigate around.
And for
And
Frey,
also
this
she
is
will. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say for Frey, this is also a teaching moment for Tamara to just basically show her how to be stealthy.
um,
All right, so this
I
way.
yeah, she'll be basically like very carefully, like she'll be listening to your every word, and even if there's something she knows a little bit already, she will still be like, "Oh, okay, okay," and she'll do like the hushed voice and everything. And at one point too, she'll also just like during a moment after we've already been navigating for a little bit, she also will just say like, "Sorry, we couldn't help the creature that's getting attacked. I know you probably would have wanted to
What
help."
the force gives and the force takes. Sometimes we must trust.
Yeah, yeah. And they'll just keep going, and I'll be listening to any stealth tips I can get, and maneuvering, stealth, tracking sort of tips.
The roaring of combat does fade away. Don't imagine that creature was victorious in the end. You were able to press on. The
When the
second
sounds
day,
die,
go ahead.
sorry, when the sounds die out, I'm just basically going to be. I'll pause, pick up some flowers, and then just gather the petals. Pass some
The
peace.
the flora that you're finding here is weak. It's frail. It almost looks like it's kind of been choked out from not, being able to see the sun from the very intense forest canopy cover, but the leaves or the petals would kind of just fall off. Pick it up. If something was just sapping the life out of this.
Goodness. Frey doesn't like this. We need to go. We need to go.
Trying to get out of here as quickly as possible, and we'll see fresher flowers on the other side.
The second day would come to an end. Once again, you have the option of stopping for camp or pushing through.
I'd recommend we go in as
You recommend what?
to keep going as long as we can. The longer we're here, the more corruption. And Benji, you don't look that good.
How dare you?
Well, you have been openly talking about your ailments. Oh, my back. Oh my
But you don't
gosh.
sound that good either.
Sound like me at all.
If you pressed through every night, just taking occasional stops to, let the horses rest, sleeping in the back of the wagon, you would cut down the trip from a week down to 4 more days.
How exhausted would we be?
Yeah, would we take any negatives to anything?
As you're traveling, you are probably going to start to feel it more and more.
Maybe we split it so we go as far and then take a break on that day. Maybe
Yeah,
then
I'd like to get some distance between us and whatever that is, at least.
Yeah. I don't know what, like, this will be, I don't know if this is a conversation with the whole party or not, but Tamira will at least tell Roa about the circumstances as well of the undead skeleton-like things, and kind of explain that there were a lot of them, and it seemed like they were, I don't know if they could be moving through, so getting some
sounds
space
tricky.
Yeah.
Did you tell her how you found out?
Yeah, if you don't have if you're not like very openly against magic, she will, but
I'm just gonna be curious, Rose, and then be like, can you do that all the time? Just pick an animal and feed
um
them?
I can't do it too often. Usually it takes about um an hour to get into the mindset, and it's pretty exhausting, so I could probably only do it once a day. I can look through their eyes for a pretty long time, but not very frequently, no.
So once you come back, then it's like it didn't happen. Like you can't just jump back in
No.
within
Yeah,
that
it's
24.
rituals take like an hour to kind of get set up and everything like that. So um it's yeah, it's like a can't do it too often. I'm
Have,
glad I used it for that, but to be
have you
careful.
ever seen the effect of the creature after your ritual was over? Like
The
after,
like of the creature that I was looking through their eyes.
yeah, like the bird that you just saw through the eyes of.
You just leave and it just piles into a tree.
Oh no, I'll make sure I'll make sure that whatever animal I'm in, I like put them in like a stationary place right before I leave. So, like they're sitting on a
Now we
branch or something
now
like
we
that.
we
So
know where you got all those feathers for your cloak.
I
you got
wasn't.
me.
Flew around top. Just
No,
all fell
I don't think I can
down.
take those back with me.
I
I feel
wasn't
like I've definitely
insinuating that like they just
like
dive bombed to the ground or anything, but
were you asking if I felt
like it,
features of it still
like if
after
you
I
checked
left?
in like the day after on that creature.
Mm, I probably have in the past. Like when I was more so alone and not
Mm-hmm.
traveling on a mission. Um, I'd like to think maybe I like made an animal friend along the way in like an area that I stayed in for a while, and I would check in on them because after a while like I started getting invested on how they were. But that's not something I would have done since we started traveling all together.
Okay. I
Maybe
mean,
like just that's how like she kind of started learning the ritual and like just started focusing on like one animal she saw a lot.
you would know that extended exposure to this, if you were to do this to the same creature over and over, day after day, they would eventually start to feel the same corruption that you feel. But just one off, just like picking a bird, not going to do anything.
Okay. Honestly, that makes me feel like eventually she would have realized that she was corrupting the creature that she was kind of had as a friend and realized she had to stop. And that probably also makes her a little sad. But
My heart.
I assume that
I can-
Tamira is sitting next to me on the wagon as we're talking. I'm just gonna
yeah.
put a hand on her back and say, "You did well. That helps a lot. We avoided trouble, and yeah, good job."
Thank you. It just sounded like something that we probably didn't want to get involved in, but um it's so I don't know. I'm
We
glad
should
we're all
never look
safe.
for danger. Yeah,
Trying to
they'll
avoid
find
danger
us.
best we can. Yeah, yeah.
They'll find us.
gotta gotta preemptively see danger so we don't just happen across it by accident like we did back there with the spider.
Just 3 points of corruption to everybody.
Wait, what?
3 points of corruption.
Benji, how you looking?
Um
One more time, please. Can I? Ah,
3
okay.
temporary corruption.
Oh,
so I'm at
right.
6, which is one more than my resolute.
So
And I also reached Oh, never mind. I can't do math. It's fine. I can't do math. I'm okay.
Oh wait, no, I'm not.
I thought
I am
I
at.
thought I reached the threshold of
You're
like
at
the
4.
halfway point.
I'm
Dude.
sorry, I'm at 4. I'm sorry. I was.
You're at
Yeah.
4. I was like
But
6.
I have gone over my threshold. Sorry.
So, those of you that have hit over half of your
Yeah, those of us, right? Multiple, not. Yeah, yeah.
oh,
I did. I double can't do math. I thought I did it wrong, and I was like, oh, okay. I thought that I was corrupted, and then I wasn't because I did the math wrong, and then I thought
Okay,
Now
we
you
this
both
are.
is fun.
wrong
It's
and we're
fine.
both
I'm at 8.
corrupt. Yeah.
so
Ouch.
it's your temporary corruption stops at whatever your threshold is. It can't go over. But those of you that hit it do gain a stigma.
So 3 of mine were permanent. So my temporary isn't at my halfway part, but the total is.
Your
So I
permanent
don't
do
get any
not
more
count
temporary?
with your temporary.
Yeah.
They're two separate pools.
Yeah, 2 separate.
Okay. Okay, so
it's
my
only
total is
Benji.
at 8, so I'm okay right now, though?
So what's your total temporary?
5.
So yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
So, Benjamin,
This is gonna roller coaster of a minute
Benjamin?
for me.
I will give you a chance to look through if you want some examples, they're on page 176.
I'm
But
literally just reading them. Yes.
Yeah.
as we embark on this next leg of the journey, this is where we're going to stop, take a break, give everyone a chance to grab a drink, stretch your legs, do what you got to do, and we'll come back with probably the part that I felt the most mean about writing. Should be great.
No.
All right.
Starting with Maverick killing Benji.
See you soon, everyone. And welcome back. Where we left off, we'd spent our second night here deep in the forests. And we are feeling the effects the next day. So, Benjamin, what does your stigma look like?
Oh, it's just like just a lot of sweating, and I'm just very clammy and just kind of a little greasy, and I look unwell in a feverish, slimy manner.
Yeah. And I think everyone is starting to feel. Thank you.
So
I think everyone, with what little rest you get, is starting to feel the effects, feel drained, feel just kind of sick to your stomach, even with a belly full of rations.
good old rations.
Dried meat that was dried 3 months ago. Yum.
Good stuff.
But let's go ahead and kick up some. As the following day brings more hours of travel, more darkness, more cold breezes that just wash through your wagon, even wearing armor and thick clothing, this cold just hits and permeates. About noon-ish, close to midday, as far as you can tell, because the sunlight barely breaks through for most of your trip. You pass by the remains of a creature. Long since dead, its flesh and tissue rotted or eaten away. At one point, it looks like it was a serpent. A massive serpent. Large enough that your wagon could comfortably ride through its skeletal remains unimpeded.
Snake.
And something here killed it.
So we stop again and look around.
Sure.
I'm looking directly at Averick, almost accusingly. Is this? Is it? Are we supposed to be seeing things like this?
We're not, Frey, and we can stop and inspect, but I don't feel like lingering in this forest anymore. It's good for any of us. And Averick is pointedly going to
Everick is pointedly what?
looking over at Benjamin.
How dare you? Look ahead at the road, man.
I kind of lean forward and it's loud enough for Benjamin to hear. Benji looks like an overripe fruit.
You said, look like a
You're
man.
not supposed to say that out loud.
Oh, sorry, Benjamin. But he does.
He really does.
If he can hear you, he might get a little offended.
Kind of like he's offending us.
Benjamin gets a little like red in the face, is frustrated, and starts sweating even more. He's like,
Tamira will kind of like give Freya a look and be like, "Oh, okay, so maybe we should keep going. Just go around the cadaver."
Snake. Oh, keep on looking. And making sure that there's no tracks, like big tracks, that would indicate what killed this thing.
No tracks. I mean, this thing died a long time ago.
Okay.
Tamira will look up again just out of from remembering the last time. See if there's anything that is above us. Like a spider, like there's no webs or anything again.
No webs. Even the lowest of the tree branches, which is many feet above you, is a little desiccated. The leaves droop low, what's left of them. Looks like even the trees, the most powerful and present force here in the forest, is starting to feel whatever these effects are.
I'm getting more and more upset as we go. The forest is.
From the.
Go ahead.
The forest. What about the forest?
It's sick. I don't like it being sick. It's not supposed to be sick.
Don't worry, Freya. It's not all of the forest, right? The forest takes care of itself. It's strong. It's stronger than us.
Yes, you're right.
From the front row, we'll call out, Benji, have you drawn this? Do you want to? It looks pretty cool.
carry on.
Okay. Yeah.
Has Benji touched his journal since his new condition?
No.
Okay.
He wrote in the journal last night and whatnot, but so far today, no.
Okay. So I'm just imagining the
pen
sliminess
slipping
with
out.
Yeah.
Just slipping out of his hand.
So it's strapped. One of the books is strapped to his belt, and I feel like he's like, while he's sitting there writing, sort of with his thumb just going up and down the spine idly, and leaving like a bit of a wet mark. But
Let's keep going for a little while longer.
Then we should rest if we can.
Yeah.
Press on for the remainder of the day. From nightfall, you are now past the point of a forced march, which means that continuing on without adequate rest, without sleep, without all of the small amenities you get from a campfire, you will be entering a death march, which means you will automatically take a point of damage every day with the potential taking more. So,
Rose yawning a lot. She's gonna ask, everyone's okay to sleep tonight, right? Yeah. Me too.
I want to get out of this forest, but
We carry on.
1 point of corruption each.
Oh,
Benjamin, you have entered permanent corruption territory.
okay. So I still have 3 temporary, and now I have 1 on the permanent side, or
Yes.
how does this work? Okay.
And I have hit my threshold. I'm at the threshold.
So have I.
Do you either of you know what your stigmas would look like?
Oh boy. Take a look. What page is that on?
176. I'll say, as you two are looking this up, that the horses finally do come to a stop. And their heads just kind of turn around to look at you as if to say, "No, we're taking a break."
Are the
Okay,
horses
okay.
taking corruption? Or are
Uh,
they...
Probably.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
I'm
just
sure it's
where the
fine.
horses stop, we all just get off because the
They've
horses aren't
decided.
going any further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are you setting up a camp, or are you just dumping your supplies and just collapsing?
I'm gonna try to make sure that we have enough of a camp that's safe.
Yeah. Definitely.
Do you want me to actually roll for this one since we're
Sure.
what is bushcraft roll? What should I roll for bushcraft?
Vigilance.
Oh, thank God.
Oof. Almost a critical success.
Woo! Frey is
If it was a
on
critical
tonight.
success, we find like a really nice tent and
Yeah.
everything.
Just a motel
already
inn.
pre-set up from the last
Yeah.
people.
Found Motel 6.
Well, you don't find any hotels or set up campsites or anything like that. You do start to hear a sound. I will leave it up to you whether this is comforting or creepy. But it is a humming. A very feminine voice. Humming along to a song that you can't quite hear. It is a sound that causes everything else around you to be silent. Listen.
Is it getting
think-
closer or is it just?
For the moment, this is only Frey who has gone off to look for a campsite.
Oh, right.
Oh.
What would you like to do, Frey?
I'm gonna try to retreat.
Yeah.
And warn them.
Nothing reaches
Something-
out to stop you.
Something's close. Something I can hear. Singing.
That doesn't sound too bad.
It's bad forest.
I thought you liked the forest.
It's bad forest.
Oh.
And at which point I'm pulling back my, my hood, and that's when probably you'll see like my ears are now fur. So and they're not the ones that are fake. So that's probably going to be my stigma.
Starting to take on the aspect of the beast.
Whoa.
Do we go look? Do we stay? And I'm completely oblivious to the ears. So
I don't know
Frev,
the singing forest. Anyone else have thoughts?
I don't think we should look for trouble. It's my only thought.
Where else will we go?
we stay here and not
Camp.
go beyond the firelight.
Maybe take shifts and see just in case something comes.
I think that would be best.
Adequate. All right.
And if the person is singing, then they're not trying to hide themselves, so. If it is a person.
Is that the
It's
the
not a
voice?
person, it's a cat.
That's the voice. Mew. I'm clambering up I'm gonna clamber up a tree and just basically just perch there watching. Because I'm freaked out.
Anyone else?
I'll probably set up my. If we're not setting up an actual, like, camp, I'll probably set up my tent bedroll kind of near the tree that Frey just climbed up, just to kind of. If something happens, hopefully it'll happen to her first, not to Frey.
I was
I'm
thinking of a
making-
campfire. So
Yeah, fire.
Oh yeah. And I'm assuming with my role I've given everybody an enemy. Oh god, an enemy. Everything that they need for the evening.
Yes. Nice, dry place to set up camp. Place kind of tucked away so that the light of your campfire shouldn't attract any unwanted attention. And you are officially clearing your march so that, should you wish to press on tomorrow with an expedited speed, you'll be back to a forced march and not a death march.
I think Benjamin sort of unconsciously sets up his little tent just a little bit further away from the fire and into the darkness. Just doesn't try to do it, but it's just, feeling that pull kind of thing.
Anything else you would all like to do before actually starting your rest for the evening?
As everybody is kind of moving around, Averick is paused and is just kind of looking at the back of his hand. He's pulled his glove off and is looking at it and wouldn't let anybody else see it, but there's kind of this like, it almost looks like claw marks, but it's kind of swirled around in a circle. And that is the sign of his stigma. And he doesn't even really notice what's going on around him. His ears are kind of ringing. He is just kind of really wrapped up in seeing this. And then seeing everybody kind of shift around, he pulls his glove back on and is going to, noting that Benjamin is exceptionally sweaty, and not knowing, hasn't seen Frey because Averick was wrapped up in kind of his own business, not seeing what has happened to Frey, is going to take off this gold pendant that he wears all the time, and it's a little pocket watch, and he's going to take it off and hold it out to Frey, and just say, "Do you mind holding on to this for me for a little bit? I don't feel like I can keep this right now."
Okay. I'll watch over it. It goes into my shiny bag.
And then, yeah, follow suit, sets up for camp.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Are you okay?
I don't know. I don't like this forest. And Benji's
Benji is really sweaty, and to be honest, I don't think this forest likes us either. Let's just try to get some rest tonight, Frey.
I'll take first watch. I'll make sure nobody gets hurt. And I go back to watching in the direction of the singing.
If there's anything else, go ahead.
I just don't think Roa would let Freya just take first watch, so she'd also be awake. Like, she wouldn't say anything, but she would hear if anything happened or whatever.
Well,
And if you're around, then eventually come down my tree and then just curl up into you, shivering. Probably the first time you've ever seen Frey nervous.
well, the two of you, hearing this singing throughout the entirety of the evening, would actually start to see an unnatural lightness take over. The forest has been dark, short of your lanterns, a little bit of light that shines through. But there actually seems to be some kind of beacon. Something trying to fight back against the dark.
That
Hell.
you see that too?
Uh,
Uh,
should we go look? We
mm,
better wake everybody up, though. They'd be scared if we left them alone.
mm, yeah. Uh, yeah. Let's wake everyone up. I just don't know if it's. Maybe I'll quickly just see if it's okay. I just don't want to wake everyone up and panic if it's nothing, right?
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Do,
and
do you want to go first? I can
yeah,
stay.
yeah, absolutely. Uh, and I'll get up and my axe on my shoulder and just walk towards the light.
I'll count the things. Oh, on the pocket watch. Take out the pocket watch. When it goes to this hand goes there. If you're not back,
Hmm.
we'll come get you.
Hmm. Sounds good. It should be fine.
You better be.
Insight checked. You critically succeeded your insight check. Thank you for coming to raid us. That was a horrible pun. I apologize. Please don't leave. But we are playing some Symbaroum tonight. A kind of a gothic fantasy game. To me, my own interpretation was a game that, or a world, kind of like that of The Witcher, if The Witchers never existed, where monsters and war just kind of rages across the kingdom. But we're currently exploring a deep, dark forest where we have heard the voice of someone singing out in the middle of the night. And as every adventuring party does, we decided to split the party.
Well, first,
Because
most of us went to
singing in a
just
yeah,
yeah.
because singing in a forest. Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
Roa.
Roa isn't scared.
I mean, Roa sings and she's in a forest.
Yeah, there you go.
Could be just another, nice adventure like Roa.
It could just be an identical copy of Roa coming towards us.
Clones!
Ooh.
Roa, as you step out of the warmth of the campfire, you step out of the radius, that life-giving light that it projects, and once again step into the cold wind that ravages through this place. Follow that beacon of light further and further, eventually having to full on cut your way through vines and overgrowth. But what you uncover looks old. Stone long since carved and abandoned, weathered by the wind. the remains of statues, mostly crumbled away into nothing. An archway that partially hangs overhead, most of it collapsed and gone, but you can see some writing on it. You see Eth Vorora Avor Eth Dread, and the rest is cut off.
I don't know this language, right?
Didn't spend much time in school.
Yeah.
There's
If
very little left
French-
here standing, other than one singular statue. A tall, tall woman, standing nearly 10 feet the height. A trickle of water coming down both sides of the face, collecting down into a small bowl held in her hands. The singing feels like it's radiating from this place, but even as you are staring at it, that beacon of light is rapidly fading. The voice is starting to go hoarse and off-key and faint.
I'm gonna hum the melody that the song was. I'm sure I've heard enough of it to
Absolutely.
be able to.
For hours you've been hearing this song. That
Just to make myself feel a little more comfortable.
that small bowl held in her hands seems to be the only thing left that's glowing. The rest of the light has faded.
Is it something I can see, or would I have to like climb up?
You
It
have
was
to
10
climb a
feet, right?
little bit, but not too far.
But there's nothing else around. It's just the statue.
Everything else
nothing
is
looks
ruins and rubble.
Hmm. Player knows that I should go back. But Roa probably wants to look, so just gonna look in the bowl.
You have to just hoist yourself up. Your fingertips just kind of barely dipping into that bowl of ice cold water. Inside is just. It looks like just little flakes of some kind of gem that just swirl around inside of it.
I probably have that horn,
Mhm.
the thing. I think I'm gonna try and scoop up some water. Gem.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah, I mean, you have to let go with one hand and just kind of swing there,
Yeah.
pull out the horn, dip it in, and the water just passes through them. While that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and change the music.
Oh, that's
Okay,
not
we went
good.
from like lullaby music to where's the boss?
From behind you, you can just hear the scraping of metal on stone. Able to turn your head enough to look and see a very decorated knight. Armor long since decayed and rusted away, one blade just dragging along the ground. Under, at any point where the armor isn't covering, it is just this ghostly blue skin. And the half of the face you can see from the helmet being just ripped away, it looks furious. But we're gonna jump into some combat.
Alrighty.
How much time has passed for Freya's watch?
Probably close to an hour.
Oh, I'm only going 15 minutes. before I wake people up.
Oh, so like an hour total from when your watch
Okay.
would have started. But you're definitely approaching that 15 minutes where
Yeah.
where like it's time to go check.
I kind of, yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm gonna get up, do the combat, but yeah, I'm gonna start waking people in a few minutes.
so this thing is quick 11. So it's down there with Averick.
So the distance. Sorry.
At the very top of the combat, however, I do need you to make a resolve test.
Me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or sorry, resolute.
Resolute. Yeah. Okay. Just straight. Ugh, I'm rolling so high. Usually that'd be good.
The frigid cold that you've been feeling starts to bury itself in your muscles. As if it was just thousands of tiny claws just raking into your flesh, just pinning you into the spot. You are paralyzed. You take 2 points of
But
damage that armor has nothing to do with.
Mm-hmm. So that's toughness, right? Or what's damage? Take out damage.
So you just take 2 points of damage against your toughness. Yeah.
So current, I would just put 2.
2, yep.
Okay, got it.
Ben, you are fast asleep. Roa, you are actually next. You are
I'm
paralyzed
powerless.
and can do nothing. Right. It's been 15 minutes.
Okay, I get a big stick, big long stick, and poke Benjamin with it because I don't want to touch him. I'm claiming, wake up, bad. Forest is bad.
No! Ah, no! What? Ah!
Roa went to find the light. She's not come back.
Roll went to find the light. Well, put
And
another log.
then I poke Averick. Oh, I think we just lost the GM.
I assume that Freya poked everyone except Tamira. Just like
Yeah.
nicely tapped her on the shoulder.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, hi, what's up? What's
Yeah.
up? What's happening? Not being
Aw.
like jolted awake. So.
Thank you for the Oracle point. I will use it immediately.
Wow, the betrayal. He granted
Wow.
me a fate point, and now he's gonna. Oh, okay, all right.
So yeah,
It's
Frey,
a
you have
balancing
a
act.
movement and a combat action, but you can sacrifice your combat action to move twice.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that. So
Just start
waking
taking
Benjamin,
off.
waking Averick, gently waking up Tamara, and then running off in that direction,
All right.
waving my stick.
The end of your turn,
This way.
I'm going
This way?
to take that Oracle point to immediately take a turn.
Oh God.
Whoa.
What does paralyzed do for your defense?
I know.
I assume it also goes away after the round starts again, right? Or am I just completely paralyzed?
At the end of your turn, the paralyzed. Oh, at the end of your turn, the paralyzed goes away. Yep. So we don't even have to figure it out. However, creature does get to go. Thanks, Turk, by the way.
Thanks.
It is going to pull out its Vengeful Blade. So I need you to roll your defense at -3.
Vengeful for what? We haven't done anything to it yet.
As it comes at
I've
me,
got
I'm
an
just gonna
attitude.
say, "Nice blade, nice blade."
That was a natural 19, not a 20, which in this game, a natural 20 is a critical fail. You want to roll low.
And I'm only rolling high.
And
All
you
of
rolled
them.
a 1 for your armor, so you are going to subtract 1 from this and take 6 points of damage.
This is like first edition D&D. Lower skills.
What is your pain threshold?
Threshold. Oh, I'm at the threshold.
What's the number?
8.
Your pain threshold is 8?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have a high threshold. So that is not going to pass it, which means it doesn't get to free attack against you. But... Oh, it has twin attack. Like, why are 2 attacks listed? That doesn't... No, because it has twin attack. Defense -3, please.
You
Mm-hmm.
can just pretend that it's not there. You don't have
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
So my my shield does nothing then, right?
For the moments as you're, like, hanging from this thing, I would say probably not.
Okay.
Oh, much better.
Oh, my first low roll.
The 4. It should have been at -3, but even then, you
Oh, right.
succeeded by a ton. You succeeded by over 10. The first attack, the blade just buries itself in your back, and you can feel the blood just now starting to stream down your spine. The next one, you finally manage to break through the cold, let go, and just drop below the attack. But now we're going to jump over to Averick.
I'm being poked and prodded awake, and I
Poked
see
and
Frey
prodded awake.
disappearing into the forest. So I am just getting up and grabbing weapons and sprinting after her.
Absolutely. Taking your combat action, your move to just go into the forest. Gotcha. Well, now, the actual initiative point for the Crypt Walker. It is going to take 2 attacks against Roa. So I need you to roll your defense -3 twice.
I mean, at least it's got like a really nice cuddly name.
Yeah.
So we,
Crypt Walker.
Yeah.
Okay, but now that I'm on the ground and
So
I'm not
it's
paralyzed.
-2.
Okay, so -1 in total.
Oh, because your shield
no.
gives you +2, so yeah, it's only -1.
Yeah. Okay, good. Oh. Ching! Hits the shield.
Ooh, yeah. One more. So it attack you
Okay.
twice.
I'm so glad the tank went first.
Seriously.
Oh. First one
Okay.
you managed to block. Second one you full on parry the blade, and you get to make a free attack against it.
Yeah, I'm swinging my double axe.
So this is minus... Where is your... -3?
Nope.
Nope.
The pain in my back is just making me fall over now.
Alright. Its turn is done. That brings us to, last but not least, Tamira.
I am doing the same as everyone else, basically grabbing weapons and booking it. And also, how close are we?
If you spend your 2 turns moving this turn, your movement next turn will get you to the combat.
And then that's it. We're not able to do something once we get there.
You will have your combat action there.
Next time. Okay.
Yep.
Whew, okay. One more round, Roa. Hold out, please.
Yeah.
I'm fine. You hear in the air.
I just
It's
emanating
but a
like
flesh wound.
All right. Top of initiative is Benjamin.
So how I have ranged weapons. I have steel throw and all that. How can I run and get within range of that? Or is that also a next round thing?
No, so use your movement will bring you to the clearing. You will certainly be within range to just huck a dagger.
Sweet. I'm a huck a couple daggers because I have double attack.
Absolutely.
So, back to my thing. What was the modifier for thrown around? Sorry.
-3.
-3. Thank you. Roll. Okay, and then the second one. It's a bit better.
First one just soars past. Second one does sink in.
Oh, hey, Benji.
It has no armor, but it's still is barely corporeal, so it is going to take 3 points of damage.
Fair enough.
As you step out into this clearing, you see that statue, that bowl of light still barely glowing, that song that you've all been listening to, fading rapidly.
But Roa is now singing the song, though, right?
Roa
I
is
think
now kind of the only audible source of this song.
Even through getting hit.
Even
I'm still
getting hits.
singing.
Roa, you're up.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do my recovery ability. With a successful die roll against Resolute, the character regains 1d4 toughness.
Ooh,
Nice.
So let me roll that Resolute.
yeah.
Ooh.
Nice, nice.
Nicely done. Definitely
So-
success.
I would succeed on mine.
Oh. Okay, 3 points. Alright. So you see Roa just like shaking it off and then kind of clenching her fists and kind of maybe hitting her chest a little bit just to get back up
Oh,
into fighting action.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
At the top of your
Yeah.
turn, I do need you to make another resolution.
Okay.
The cold is still ever present.
And no modifiers, right?
Let me make sure. Nope. Once the enemy succeeds against the cold, it cannot be affected again. So once you succeed, you're immune to it, but until then,
Okay. So I just roll.
you are paralyzed and take 2 points of damage.
Oh my gosh.
Does
So
Roa
we're saying that this Resolute happened before my
Yes.
thing, right? Okay, so that's
Well,
extra damage.
No. I'll do it in the way that benefits you the most. We'll say the damage happened and then you healed.
Thank you.
Okay, so how many points was it? 2? 3?
2.
Okay. And that's my turn because I'm paralyzed.
Thanks. Everett. Your move gets you to the clearing. You stare at this disgraced knight just holding a blade, swinging again and again at Roa.
Very stressed. Kian as a player is very stressed about this, but I am just going to pull out my sword, my dagger, and take my 2 attacks against this.
Go for it.
The sword first, and I will do this one as for the backstab.
Yeah.
Win.
That one definitely
Hits.
hits, yeah.
Yes. Okay. And
Would
then
be at -3, but you succeeded by 6, so you're fine.
And then this one, I will roll for the dagger, -3. That wasn't gonna help.
The blade
Ever.
just drives into it through the rusted armor, but then just comes with a backswing and just knocks the dagger away.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. It does bring it to his turn. Oh, I do need you to make a resolute test for being within melee
Yeah.
range. Oh,
Success.
a success.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you and zombies. just-
Not
Uh,
a bad.
you have no luck.
So, with that, he is going to turn to you, that blade out, and make 2 attacks against you. I need you to roll your defense -3.
Oh, I feel like didn't Freya before?
Oh yeah, Frey didn't get to go.
Oh, I totally skipped you. Yep. Thank you.
I wrote
you.
it down. So.
Cool. Then I am shooting it with my bow.
For it.
And you said it. My
-3
modifier
for
is
defense.
-3.
Yep. Oof. Almost a critical.
Yeah.
Arrow just sinks into the chest. Take
And does precise give +1 to the damage? I can't remember.
Precise. Hope if I spelt it correctly. Nice.
Sorry.
Heck is it? Nice. Gives +1 to the attack test.
Okay. Then just 2 points of damage.
Reduced down
Stay
to
away from-
1.
Oof. Stay away from her.
Right now it's going to go. And yeah, again, just -3, Averick twice. Defense -3. Ooh,
Still success.
it's a success, barely. The 2 attacks just bounce off the shield.
Wow.
Averick rolled the same both times for those who can't see the dice.
Yeah,
And
very
were
impressive.
not what they needed to not get bashed.
I think we're gonna put a curse on you.
Ah, come on. Who?
Villain.
People too.
I get a once per combat ability. Another resolute test, please.
Man, this suspense is killing me, dude.
I have a
Any
lot of reading to
modifiers?
do. I -3.
God.
Again, just succeeding.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's it. Its turn is done. Now over to Tamira.
Okay. All right. So I'm really excited. So I get to the place this round, right?
Yep.
And I have time?
Mhm.
Okay. I have a really cool ability called Maltransformation, which basically, with a successful roll against Resolute, the Mystic can turn a target into a harmless beast. The target stays in that form until the Mystic breaks concentration or fails a Resolute test. So, our big bad undead knight looking thing is about to turn into a little newt.
Not a newt! Got better.
He's not gonna get better.
Gonna be...
At least if I have anything to do about it. Oh, come on! No. I'm also using Turk's Fate Point.
Yeah.
I have such a high Resolute. There's no way. Are you kidding me?
So
I quit. Bye, guys. It was nice playing with you all.
Lonnie rolled a 19 the first time, then used the fate point, and then rolled a natural 20, which is super bad for this system.
So, I will give you the choice.
Resolute too. That's the thing. I only have a 5-point margin.
I will let you choose one of your companions, or I will randomly roll.
Wait, I turned one of them into a newt instead?
With a natural 20? Fortunately,
okay.
you can break it, but for at least a split second.
Already slimy, it's okay.
Well, no, okay, so here's the thing. I'm thinking, tactical-wise, is Roa really close to... Because I know she's the one that's taken the most damage so far.
Mm-hmm.
So is she far enough away that there's no way that would accidentally step on him? Her. Like, he wouldn't step on her.
They are all right in each other's faces.
Okay, no,
Furthest away from everything.
okay, fine. Yeah, I'll do one of the two ranged people, so they're not potentially gonna get stepped on.
Sure. We'll go odd as Frey, even as Benjamin.
All right.
Oh god.
That is odd.
All right, that's Frey.
You see your companion step into this clearing, start calling on that magic. Which, Tamira, I believe you do take corruption for this. More
That's
points
a
of
lot.
corruption.
This went wrong so fast.
And as you start conjuring that magic, it just shoots through you like a bolt of lightning, causing you to just take that one step back. The spell just adjusting course, and Frey, where you have that comfort of your companions joining the fight, suddenly just feel the impact, and the world suddenly starts to get much, much bigger. Everything is growing around you, and you are shrunk down to the size of a newt.
There was so little margin for that to go bad, and it just went so wrong.
Beautiful.
Also, I hit my threshold, so I'm gonna figure out what my stigma is gonna be.
Well, that brings us up to Benjamin.
I was going to ask,
Mhm.
since you were describing this earlier to Roa as they walked into this area, do I see the broken thing that has the bit of language that?
Absolutely.
I have Lore Master.
Ooh.
Can I read it?
Yes.
I can roll against Cunning to be able to read it.
No need. The
Okay.
part that you can read says, "The Lady of the Woods weeps."
We already knew that.
But is it?
It continues, but the rest of it is on like rubble around the area.
Okay, and I don't see the rest of it because it's just.
If you wanted
destroyed.
to start like digging through the rubble, you could probably find it.
Nah. However, I do think that I'm going to send my. Can I attack as well this
Yes,
turn?
yeah.
I think I'm going to send my 2 throwing daggers at the bowl.
Ooh. Okay.
Statue's talking about her weeping, or the thing. So
Yeah.
I'll throw the first one at it for sure.
No
I won't.
minuses or
I
anything.
won't.
Sorry, I meant to say no negatives.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'll send the second one at it too then. Looks like I won't because it didn't do the damage thing. So yeah, it's a tiny target. It was hard.
Both daggers just soar through the air
It
and just bounce off the stone.
Slipped out of your hand.
One accidentally stabs the newt. It's just like, oh god.
It's like
That's even a
polymorph,
tinier part.
where if
Do
if the
I-
newt dies,
Can I do
then
a
Frey
player
comes back.
request?
Yes.
Yeah, could I be a rabbit? Just since it's so on point.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You a newt rabbit eater.
So now not only am I a rabbit, I'm conflicted. So this is so cool, but I hate it.
The daggers just plink off the statue. Roa, I need a resolute test at the top of your turn.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did I have to? No, because I'm further away.
Because you're further
Right.
away.
Oh, okay.
You succeed. You are not paralyzed.
Cold. Okay. Roa's gonna crack her neck, and I hope did she see what Benji did in terms of like throwing the thing or trying to aim?
That's 100% up to you.
Probably flew
Okay.
past.
Yeah, probably went over your head.
Yeah. So I'm wondering what he was aiming for, and I look, and Roa's smart enough to know like where to aim, so she's gonna try and go up to it and use her axe to flip it out or like crack it through.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, go for it. Just a regular strong test.
I'm gonna love when this doesn't do
Oh,
anything.
Exactly the wrong thing to do, but again,
That is a
on point.
success. The axe strikes
Tries
the
to
bottom
roll.
of the bowl, and it does crack. The water starts kind of dripping out onto the ground below.
But nothing happened.
I would say that as a free action, I'd give you another strike because it's not a moving target. This is not a difficult thing to hit.
Yeah. Crack. No. I slip on the water.
Well,
Danced around.
go to reel back to make the attack, and the axe just grazes against the undead knight who is currently trying to skewer your friend to death. And the thought was, I should maybe help with that. As a reminder that while you're flanking a creature, you do make your attacks with advantage. Which I am just now
So we're all
remembering.
kind of-
Which is +2 to your attack and an extra 1d4 damage.
Cool.
I'm just now remembering that, so I will try to apply it in future. But that brings us to Frey. You are welcome to make a resolute test if you'd like. Minus Tamira's resolute.
Figure out why I'm a rabbit.
Tamira, what's your resolute score?
15.
So resolute test -5.
Are you kidding me?
The other two. This is just.
This is horrible.
You can do
Am I
it.
rolling that?
No,
Oh,
Frey
no.
is.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a fail.
Yeah. You can.
Going into my burrowing back under the clothes. Don't kill me.
All right. Averick, you've already succeeded, so you're immune to the cold.
Averick sees Frey just kind of shrink into a rabbit, and spins around and looks at Tamira and clearly is ready to yell, but seeing whatever he sees as a result of the corruption, like pauses and kind of shakes it off and turns back around, and is going to take his first swing with his sword at this knight thing. want it to go away so
So
badly.
it's only a -1.
Okay. Okay. And quick question.
Hmm?
Do I have to designate backstab before anything hits?
I assume that you are always using paint.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am. But backstab, I only get on one attack, so that's why.
Whatever you want to apply it to, apply it to.
Okay, cool. I don't know what that is. Oh, but it's a success.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus a d4.
Just kill it.
A 4
Don't you-
takes 2 points of damage.
Didn't you say it also gets a D4 for the advantage?
Yeah, that's what that d4 was.
Oh, I thought that was from the backstab. I'm sorry.
Oh, but can I add the backstab in?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a d6 though. Is it a d4?
I thought it was a D4. I should know this. Please hold. Plus 1 D4.
Okay, so an extra 1 point of damage.
Yes.
Still
Does it
standing.
look like it is?
Still
does
standing.
it look sad as a creature?
It's certainly taken a lot of
Starts
abuse.
crying.
Okay, I'm just gonna hit it again
Go
with
for it.
the dagger. But that does not hit anything.
19.
Could have been a 20.
It's not a critical failure, thankfully.
Um, I can't think of a free action to take, so
Yeah.
that will be my turn.
Just yell at Tamira.
First attack buries up where the rib cage would be, and you try to bring the dagger around, but second one just glances off. That is going
I
to
will
bring
say-
us.
When you look back at me, you will see a very concerned look on my face. I know that doesn't help anything, but you will see that was very much so like I am personally upset about how that turned out. So
I think
For a minute. Oh,
like she
I think-
shows remorse, you know? She has
I think
feelings.
that Averick was probably like is jarred about a lot of things, but if you look like clearly regretful, I think Averick would just yell out, "I know you have something that can help you," before turning around.
On its turn, it is going to take its 2 blade attacks against Averick. I need you to roll your defense. You're the one who keeps hurting it.
No, because I want to save my friend.
Defense
do
minus
I-
3. Twice.
Oh my God. Nothing for advantage. Advantage doesn't help protect me more.
Helps you attack. First one's a fail. Do you not wear armor?
Nope.
Oof.
what?
Second attack?
I didn't know. I built, just so the audience knows, I built my character strictly on vibes, and the vibe was that
But
my
the
witch
vibe is,
hunter,
I'm gonna die.
my witch hunter was like, he's here for not even a good time or a long time. He's just here.
What's your pain threshold?
That is an excellent question. I just closed out of my thing. My threshold is 5.
So the first attack is going to deal 7 damage.
Wait. Before you say whatever happens, what do I do whenever I hit my total? I'm not there yet, but I'm gonna be.
You become dying.
Yes! Okay. That's a second attack.
So because the
Yes.
first one does pass your pain threshold, you get to choose to either be knocked prone or it deals an extra 3 points of damage.
I mean, both are gonna be terrible options. Is there an advantage if I am not prone?
If you're knocked prone, all of the attacks have advantage on you.
I mean, I'm gonna be prone anyway because I'm dying, so I'll go ahead and do that.
You start to try to pull your blade out. And it just like lightning, he just whips his own blade down into your shoulder, just driving the ice cold blade through, sending you to the ground. Your own blade still stabbed up in its rib cage. And the second attack does 6 points of damage.
I can't even do math like that. What is it? 13. Okay, so my total toughness is 10, and I'm at 13 damage.
So you hit 0.
Yes. And
You
then I
collapsed
said-
and you are considered to be dying. At this point, you cannot help yourself in any way. Each turn, you're forced to make a death test on a d20. The test is repeated until someone either stabilizes the dying character with a herbal cure, or the Medicus ability, or mystical healing.
But I can't help myself.
You
can
cannot help yourself
I? Okay, do I have to do that now or on my turn?
on your turn.
Okay.
It is going to turn and look towards you, Tamira. And it's going to try to throw its curse onto you.
Thing to it. I didn't touch it.
Yeah, but you
I
are
tried.
a magical force that it would love to consume. So I need a resolute test. -5.
Okay.
Ow.
I swear.
Ow.
I quit. I quit.
Ow.
I'm done. How? That's 2 20s and a 19 in my last 3 tests. Foundry hates me. I don't know.
Have a fate point.
There-
Have a fate point.
You have a
Just
reroll.
give
We can't all be dying. We can't all be dying here. If I can help, I'll help.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
20.
I swear, if this gives me another 20, I am exiting out of Foundry and re-entering it. Because I think it's broken. Alright. Okay, -5. Oh my god. Thank you, Casa. Oh my god. What?
It wasn't a natural 20.
It wasn't, but still! It's so hard for me to actually fail on this. This is my best attribute.
You are cursed.
Uh-huh.
That's it. And it's your turn.
Okay. Oh, good, good. So I'm gonna do something magical now, and it's not gonna work on it. It's gonna work on me or something, because I don't, oh no.
It's not like it's gonna change much.
You can, as a free action, dismiss your spell on that hit Frey.
Yes, that was, okay, I have a few things. So dismiss the spell, so you are no longer a rabbit, Freya. I also have a question.
Mhm.
So I am at a total of 13 right now,
Mhm.
but 10 of it is temporary. Does it have to be permanent for, like, the
So-
threshold, does it have to reach permanent?
So your temporary can only go up to half. Your
Okay.
temporary can only go up to half. It can't go any higher.
Okay, so that's an 8, and then my daily is already at a 5. So does my permanent, does my permanent need to get to the point where it is out of 15, or is it a total of everything?
It's total of everything.
Together.
So 8 temporary plus whatever your permanent is.
Okay, so I'm 2 points away from becoming an abomination, is what I'm hearing. And if I cast a spell, does it
so well.
innately give me corruption, or is it only if it fails?
I believe casting a spell is just gives you corruption. But I would be happy to wait until after you've cast the spell to roll for your corruption.
Tomato.
See,
Doesn't
the thing that I'm
help.
thinking is I don't want to also make you guys potentially deal with me if I become an abomination.
We're already having words.
If this does help
Just
your
lean
decision,
into it.
you, more than anyone else, can see that glowing from the bowl. To everyone else, it is a very soft white light. To you, it is still a beacon. if that helps.
And did it seem like it was doing anything when they were throwing daggers at it, from what I've seen? Okay. Okay.
Well, I missed,
So
so
the only thing that I really have spell-wise that I could do that's different than throwing a dagger at it is Brimstone Cascade, and basically ignite it. So I gonna try that and hope this doesn't go terribly, terribly wrong.
Okay.
So Brimstone Cascade, just for the Mystic lashes out with fire and brimstone against the target if the Mystic succeeds in a resolute quick test. So I don't know how to actually put that in Foundry because it's resolute versus quick.
So it would just be resolute minus the target's quickness, which is... I have to get back to the character page. Quickness of 0. So it would just be the resolute test.
We know how good the resolute tests have been working for me, so...
No!
I...
No!
Wait! Literally after I rolled that 2, it was like, you lost connection with Foundry, and then like 1 second later regained it, so I think something's... I want to blame Foundry so bad right now.
That's another natural 20. Okay.
he
That's a
rolled.
one shot.
He rolled.
So, what?
I'm going to pull us out of initiative for a moment.
Take that.
You again call on that magic. Feeling that corruption building and building and building, causing racking pain. And you go to extend that spell, possibly the last bit of energy you can conjure, and it just dies in your fingertip. The sound of the battle fades. That cold of the forest fades. Eyes are just squeezed tight from the pain and the exertion. But you open them to see a vibrant forest. Life all around you. Birds, critters, and a lady standing there singing loud and soulfully. What would you like to do?
Laying down, or am I standing up?
Standing up.
Okay.
You have no injuries. There's no pain.
That's actually more terrifying. I think I kind of just close my eyes and just kind of let the song let me just sway a little bit and just kind of let myself relax. Because there's been a lot of corruption, and it seems like a nice little break.
You would step down off of the pedestal, walk over to you, leaning down. She stands feet taller than you. Just hold out the bowl to you.
The bowl has like water in it.
water, and unlike the one that you had seen, which was just shards of some gem that were broken and floating amongst the water, it is a beautiful blue crystal.
I take it and I like kind of start going to like almost like take a sip out of it, but I like look up at her to see if that's what she wants me to be doing before I continue on.
Face is caring and loving almost.
I kind of lean into that just wash over of this very like serene, loving peace, and I take a little, like I just raise it to my lips and I take a drink.
Perfectly pure. It is cool to the touch, cool on its way down. She would ask you a very simple question. You or them?
Never wish anything bad on them. So if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to me.
Stands back up. Holds out a hand to you.
And I take the hand.
She would start walking, leading you off into the garden.
In a weird way, Tamira probably feels a little bit of relief right now. And the battle music.
Both you and the character for like 3 hours, and I'm crying.
What the hell?
The rest of you see Tamira reach out, flames just cascading down her arm into her palm, where it just erupts. And it is just a ball of flame where she stood.
I hate role-playing games.
I'd run to her. I'd try to,
Well,
grab her.
Benjamin, you are up.
There's definitely a moment, just like a half beat. And I think something kind of snaps into place for Benjamin. And he purchased this for himself as a thing. Benjamin runs forward and dives for Averick, pulling a vial out of his vest, uncorks it, and pours it into Averick's mouth. I have an elixir of life, and you are absolutely paying me back for that. It was in the book. Is that okay that
Yes.
I bought that?
Yes.
Yeah. You are absolutely paying me back, and I'm like mumbling this, like you're gonna pay me back as I'm pouring it down your. So the thing says that for 1d6 rounds, you heal for 1d6 toughness.
Oh.
I think is what.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yep. From the ground, just that numbness is abated as death has come for another of you. And you again feel life starting to come back into you. No longer dying. You have 3 toughness.
That puts me at my total.
So you were brought down to 0.
Oh, wait. What?
You don't go beyond 0, do you?
Yeah,
So
you don't.
basically, you're up.
You just stop at
So you're
0.
up 3. So you're up 3.
Ooh. Nope, I still don't understand.
So no matter how much damage you took, you stopped at 0.
There's no
Okay.
negative.
You just healed 3, so now you're back up to 3 health. Or 3 toughness.
Yep. So you're up, going.
And I assume that's my turn. So yeah.
Benjamin, you are within the Gravely Cold radius. Your resolute
fine.
test.
Yep, I got this. Guys. No worries.
You run up, pour the potion into Avric's mouth. You're paying me back. And you are paralyzed.
Good.
Roa.
Oh, she ran towards Tamira, and she's kneeling on the floor, kind of just scraping up whatever's left. And
Her body's still
Oh.
there. It's just
Okay,
there's like from the fingertips up to the elbow, it is just scorched black, and there's scorch marks along the cloak, along the front of the body, and she just collapsed.
she's putting her head near near Tamira's head, and just like saying like, please wake up, please wake up. But after, I mean, it'll be quick, so she realizes that nothing's happening, and Roa's just gonna do the free action of Berserker, and then just swing at the big bad.
Pick Tamira up and swing her.
No. Swing my axe.
Just-
Not swing Tamira.
That just sliding down, staring at your companion, and then just letting that rage take over. Yeah.
Like, you can see the veins coming up on her forehead. She's
Yeah.
going.
Well, you're strong
Oh,
plus
no.
2.
Right.
Ooh.
Oh! I was like, no.
It is the flanking that made this thing hit. Averick is starting to get up, and this thing has already pulled the blade out to strike again, and your axe just buries into its back. You get an extra d4 for damage. And plus whatever your normal damage is. I think it's a d10.
Yeah. Oh no, D12, because I've got
d12.
two-handed force, so heavy weapons increase to D12.
Oof. Brutal.
It's gonna be a 1. 4.
That's six
Six.
points of damage. This thing has a toughness of 15. It has 12 points of damage on it.
So
How
far.
would you like to do this?
Oh, okay. So she just swings it, and I hope that it like just chops his head off, like straight off.
It
and
just,
rolls.
there is a fractional moment of resistance as the axe just sweeps up, cutting through the armor, stopping right there at the breastplate, and then that second effort, that rage of just leaving the rest of the way through.
Yeah. Right through. And Roa just falls to her knees and just probably looks back at Tamira.
Averick, the potion still continuing to work, to continue to breathe life into you, to close up that wound. But this thing, very slowly, looking at each of you, starts to fade out, holding one hand up towards the statue, sways on the spot, as if to try to take the woman's hand. It does
That could've
eventually
been
collapse.
Yeah, I put an arrow through its throat because I am enraged.
That final impact just sends the armor scattering. No force left to animate.
Benji, do you have anything that can help Tamira?
Pay me back. What?
Uh,
Side. No, 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 no. You're okay. You're okay. And you're like just trying to, you know, brush her burnt hair because I'm just not getting it. Oh, no, you got it. You can, you're
I
my friend.
assume
You
there's nothing,
can't.
right?
Do you have anything? You're,
Um,
I'm looking at anyone.
yeah.
Rick is gonna run forward and um, kneel next to Tonya and is going to press her hand and muttering the whole time, just stupid, stupid kid. Why did you have to do that? You shouldn't have been there. Like, just clearly upset. I don't think it's gonna work, but I think that Averick is just using the Medicus ability over and over and over, trying to pour anything that he into bringing her back.
Roll d20.
I'm so stressed. Oh my god.
Right in the middle. Right.
Depends on what counts here.
We don't know.
Tamira, would you roll a d20?
I don't know. What is this system?
How do I roll it?
On the
Just like a
bottom,
Your own
Generic
dice,
text
please.
box.
What?
you are welcome
Use
to
your
roll
own dice.
physical dice if you would like to.
You
Okay.
can roll your own.
I have them right here.
Oh, because Foundry is cursed.
Mhm.
Yep. Although now it probably would have been nice to me. I got a 6.
However,
I
just
don't know.
taking just whatever you can, doing chest compressions, CPR, trying to clear the airway, trying to soothe the burns, whatever you can do. Would you say that Averick is crying?
Yeah.
Tears just dripping down. Remnants of Benjamin's potion seeping away, your own body healed, no longer needing them. Tears just splashing down to Tamira. Lies there. Oh, you hear? Racked with pain, one of your arms numb, your body leaking corruption. Open your eyes.
Why am I on stream? Stop that. She looks up and the first thing that she sees is like Averick looking very concerned and crying over her, and she doesn't fully contemplate what she's seeing, but I think she just like I don't know, she just takes that moment to just in the most sincere way possible say, I don't know what you did, but thank you.
I think Averick hasn't even noticed yet, and when you say that, kind of looks back, like pulls back for a little bit, and just looks at you and says, "Don't make me do that again."
And everyone's just piling on her at this point. Like, shit, she spoke. What? You're back.
So I forgot to mention the stigma that she took, because the stigma happened right when she accidentally turned Freya into a newt, or as Freya turns it into a rabbit, but it was initially in her head gonna be a newt, and it just went so wrong that it didn't even create the same animal she was thinking of. Her eyes now kind of look like the color of a newt, so like almost like yellow with like the kind of like slits and like black slits. For like the pupil. So it's a little unsettling to look at her, but she's just like she's almost kind of like paralyzed a little bit, like just out of confusion and corruption, but you can see that she's just like crying happy tears. That she's still with you all, so.
You got a new look, but I mean, you're back. That's all that matters.
You guys
Okay.
are great. I
I'm
don't
taking-
know what you did after I was gone, but
We're just glad you're back.
good job.
And I'm taking out Averick's watch. I think this will be safe with you again.
Averick takes it and holds it for a moment and looks at Francis. "Thank you very much for keeping it safe," and hands it over to Tomira and says, "You should. I think that you should hang on to this. Hopefully, it'll bring some better luck." And is going to very intentionally extricate himself from this group hug, and kind of get up and take his space from the rest of the group.
Tamira just kind of looks at it in awe and like sees that obviously Averick is already just walking away, but she's still saying thank you anyway. She kind of like pushes herself up into a seating position and goes to start to kind of fasten it around her neck. And
Obviously. Help.
yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Actually, is one of my arms just completely not functional?
Your right arm is non-functional.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
So you try to do that. It's like one
So
hand.
I try and I'm like, why? And then you start
okay.
helping me,
No
and I
worries,
just like
yeah.
I just give you this like knowing like thank you nod. And
It's okay.
Benjamin, as that paralysis finally does start to wear off, staring down at the rusted, desiccated armor, it's just kind of scattered along the stonework, seeing the others gathered in a group hug. That statue of the lady just looms. The bowl now broken and slightly leaking out, where it drips onto the stonework below. You can actually see color starting to return back. As if it was the tears were working to try to heal this place.
I have a vial in my hand at the moment. I'm going to take it. Take some of the dripping water if I can, unless it passes through the vial.
You can take it. Bowl is broken.
And I'm going to walk over to the group of them, sort of as Averick is leaving, put a hand on his shoulder, and just one more thing. And move towards Tamira, and I have this feeling you know what this is. And I hand you the vial of the tears. I think you should drink it.
At first, Tamira looks almost afraid of it because she knows the last time she drank from the bowl was her accepting fate. I think she'll take it from you and I don't know if she's ready to drink it yet though. But she'll thank you and say, "Do you know anything about this? From our end, at least?"
Well, I was gonna spend a little time trying to dig up some more of the pieces that are there's some buried pieces around here. I was going to try to find the rest of what this stone says. It says the lady weeps. Sort of sheepishly walk away. During the whole group hug thing, Benjamin was back and he doesn't super feel connected, and he's sort of realizing like he's been a bit like, how come they're not being friends with me or something, and sort of realizing that he was doing it. He was and so he just sort of walks away from you after that, and I'm gonna go and busy myself with trying to find more of the pieces of the stonework.
Loud enough for Benjamin to hear as he walks away. Averick would just tell Tamira, the last thing he gave me to drink saved my life, so I think he's pretty trustworthy.
You do owe me for that, by the way.
Averick just sighs, kind of rolls his eyes, and takes out his dagger and pulls it out, handle toward Benjamin. Says, "This is probably a decent start."
I just walk away.
I was to say Ro's gonna look at the liquid and she's gonna recognize it from the bowl. And you said that the knight touched the lady or like seemed
Tried to.
familiar with.
Yeah.
And I'm like wiping away tears. Gonna turn to Mira and say, I know he means well, but that thing that killed you and almost killed Averick was reaching for the lady. I don't know what that means, but I wouldn't drink it.
Maybe put it on your skin.
Maybe. That's smart. I didn't think of that.
I sorry, he spoke really quietly. I missed it. What did you say?
Oh, if you put it on your skin.
Yeah. I'll kind of pour a little bit of it onto the area that's damaged, like on my right arm. Just like a little drop and see what it does. That's a good idea.
Soothes. Starts to bring some of the feeling back. But it feels like at this point she needs something from you.
Something like
She offered as much as she could as a show of good faith. I'm here. Do you... What's your cunning score?
10.
Funny. You have heard of the Lady of the Forest. an individual that supposedly in history was a deity of the sun that bathed in light and warmth and spread that warmth to all followers, giving life, energy. Having long since been disbanded and forgotten, seems to rest here. In order to have what you're looking for, get the assistance you're looking for, she needs to know that she won't be forgotten again. That you will make sure she is not forgotten again.
How could Tamira forget someone like that? I don't think it's possible. I think this is one of those things where Tamira will probably be a lot more careful to not face any corruption after this, after feeling like she was understood and peaceful in that moment. So I think that's something that she can definitely promise.
Once you leave the forest, it's likely that this will not be the last time you ever see the Lady of the Woods. But I do want to, real quick, jump over to Benjamin. As you just take a few moments to kind of kick some stones around, rearranging the rubble. I'm going to butcher this, and I apologize. Ethvora avor ethred. Riak rir ta denthar. Gak ek bagna eth stjorn. Lady of the Woods cries for those that do not know the warmth of the sun. You'd like to do with this?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Do I know about the lady?
Absolutely. You've even heard of temples that were, devout to the sun that disappeared near the beginning of the war.
Roa.
Yeah.
This fallen tree here, would you see if you could maybe get it to fall down, maybe get a little sunlight in here? Maybe put a couple of them.
I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
And I'm gonna sit down and take rubbings of everything. I'm gonna draw everything I can in my book, slime be damned, and just get everything that I can so that I can remember as much as I can as well.
Before I start hacking at the trees, if I see that the pen is sliding out of Benji's slippery hands, she's gonna grab like some rope from her belt or whatever and kind of tie it around his hand so it doesn't slip away, and then keep hacking.
And if I see this, and you kind of give me the idea, I'll use my acrobatics to get up and clear some of the upper branches.
Yeah. Really, you could all, for those of you that have the power to do so, would be free to work through the remainder of the night, clearing away this shrine, which, through the efforts, would clear the temporary corruption you've all accrued. And spending just a little bit of time with that vial of water, you would find, Tamira, that you do have an artifact. A drop of the sun.
Is this something that would be the way that you said that it's something that she needed something from me first, is this something where now it is healing? And
So, the vial itself, it can be used to cure wounds. It can be used to remove poison. It can be used to purge a point of permanent corruption. And if used on a corrupt creature, it actually damages them. But should you devote yourself to the light, should you become a follower of the sun, you could become what's called a Justice of the Lightbringer. Or it would become Justice of the Lightbringer, which makes it a holy grenade in your hands.
1, 2.
oh, I'm gonna have to thank Benjamin for this a whole bunch the rest of the way, aren't I?
Great. So we got the holy hand grenade, and we've got the vorpal rabbit. So
So, any creature that would be hit by this explosion of light would receive 2d10 plus 10 damage.
Whoa. So instant
Yeah.
death.
Flesh
Wow.
wound.
Yep. But the rest of the evening would come by, even though it is exhausting work. You are left full of energy, invigorated. So the job is done, the shrine is clear, and the lady stands proud once more.
And Roa's humming the song that she was singing.
Which just, it seems to be echoed by the trees. The final...
After a while, I think Tamira would join in too.
Everyone just starts singing.
Benjamin puts on earmuffs.
Oh.
The final 2 days of your trip would go by in a snap. No corruption. The horses are invigorated. It is as easy as you've had so far in this journey. Coming out the other side, you are greeted by the few dozen goblin tribesmen who have been awaiting your arrival with gifts, baskets of fruit, of, floral necklaces, of small trinkets and tools, gifts that they can bestow upon you for being honored guests. And unfortunately, that is where we are going to have to bring the game.
It was so good.
It's so good.
Goblins to join our sun cult. And
Yeah. We're gonna turn all the goblins into cultists. Yeah.
sun goblins.
So,
Sun goblins, if you will.
this just means that we have to have a part 2.
I mean, if you say so.
wow,
No, if we say so. Majority rules.
you can't leave it there. No. Wow.
I never
yeah.
thought I'd cry on stream before. What the heck?
Same. I didn't die.
Oh,
I
man.
died. No, I
You,
didn't
you
cry.
got
I died.
you got yeah. Oh man.
Yep. Got myself a little. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for being here. You're a wonderful cast. No character death tonight, but damn close.
Wow.
Well,
Andre hates me.
So that last spell did cost you 3 corruption, which puts you over maximum.
Honestly, I'm just happy that I didn't hit an abomination and like all my party members.
I
So-
mean, who knows what would have happened if you chose yourself? That's... yeah, thank you all so much for being here. A wonderful cast. It was so much fun. And thank you all for watching, for sticking around, hanging out with us as we learned this game of Symbaroum, which was fantastically fun. I had a blast. And I didn't even have to roll any dice. I rolled nothing.
Good
Um,
system.
But yeah, I want to go around, give everyone a chance for you to tell people who you are, and if you're going to need projects that people would check out, where they can find it. We'll start reverse order this time with Lonnie.
Okay. Hi. I am Lonnie. Hi. I'm Lonnie. Or Looney _Shaws on Twitter. I think this is actually my last stream for the month, which is weird. But I do have some stuff coming up in December already. I'm in Fabula Ultima, which was supposed to be last week. Now we are doing it December 1st, so I'm very excited about that one. I am also in the on High Shelf Collective on the 18th. They're doing a charity stream for the Trevor Project. And I am in a One Ring stream, so I'm very excited because obviously, as you can tell, I already asked if this was Mirkwood, so you can just tell that I was already just in that headspace. And then also, can I mention the slasher?
Absolutely.
Is that on the 21st of December, really excited. Everyone that was in Slasher Flick in October, we are doing a Santa Slasher Flick on the 21st over on Lost Caravan, and I'm so excited. The fact that we got a reboot and we're just like all gonna get back together. That team was so fun to work with the first time, and I get to do it again, and oh my god, it's gonna be so good. So yeah.
Heck yeah.
And again, thank you for making me cry on Stream Hoop.
Anytime. It's a gift. What can I say?
Gift curse.
All right.
Gift and a curse.
Up to Casa.
Hello, I'm Casa Wilding on Twitter. I repost Pretty Dice and let you know when I'm streaming, and I'm usually on Lost Caravan. There's Threadbare coming up on the 28th, which seems pretty cool. We're toys, I think.
We're gonna be toys in a dance competition.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cute, which will be completely different from this vibe, I
Yep.
think, which will be nice. But other than that, I'm on Twitch/otherdoc doing a Don't Rest Your Head campaign where there's like walking nightmares and we have powers. It was our first session on Friday, and it'll probably be in like 2 weeks because of like Thanksgiving and stuff, American stuff. I don't know. I'm in London. But other than that, I also have a website where I'm writing the stories of the characters that I play. It's wildlands.wordpress, and I've wrote one, and this is definitely one I'm going to be writing very soon because it was so good, and I need to encapsulate that somewhere. So yeah, thank you, Hoop. Thank you, everyone here. You guys, all of you.
Thank you.
Can't wait for the next part.
There were 2 other encounters. One, obviously, being the one with the bear. But there was another encounter that I had written, but we didn't end up using.
Cool.
That's so. My GM style, for anyone that doesn't know, is that I will just create a list of possible events and having a general idea of where the story's going to go, and the rest of it is told 100% by the players. I just kind of guide the story. Other than that, it's told by you all. I do very little. You all make me look good.
No.
But yeah, up to Kian.
Hello everyone, my name is Kian. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_con. I have been playing Averick tonight. I am usually hanging out here at Lost Caravan, so my next gig will be Fabula Ultima with Lonnie. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a really good cast. And then in December, I am part of the mini campaign that we are playing for Icon. So our next game is going to be on December 14th, which I am also super excited about. And I need to get my application in for the casting call. So hopefully you guys will see me hanging out a little bit more in December.
Yeah. If you do want to come and roll some dice with us, the casting call is up on our Twitter and our Discord. And I will post it here in the chat for us. But yeah, absolutely. Come roll dice. We got a bunch of really cool games in the schedule. They're mostly super sad and depressing, but some of them are happy.
In
I'm literally in a Santa slasher flick.
What?
We're gonna get attacked by Santa Claus.
One of our games is happy.
That's happiness right there.
Who doesn't want to get murdered by Santa?
Over to Jason.
Hi, I'm Jason Fryer at Otter Poet on Twitter. Writer, game designer, general curmudgeon. I just want to say thank you all for inviting me to this because this was an absolutely brilliant game. I will be playing sometime in January, I'll be playing a cannibalistic cook in Heart. And also I'll be in Delta Green. So
Great game.
I'll hope to see you then on
Yeah.
PPRP Theater. So
Heck yeah. And then over to Scott.
Yeah, I'm Scott. I had a blast tonight, and this was my first game with you guys at all.
Yeah.
I don't have any upcoming things. I threw in for 10 candles for December, but we'll see what happens there. Otherwise, my December is kind of packed. In real life, I'm a professional DM, and I also brew mead. So if you live in Minnesota, look up Bumbling Fools.
okay.
Shameless plug. There you go.
I love me.
So much. It was an absolute blast. I had very little idea of what I was walking into, and one of the best gaming. I don't get to play that often. You probably know who DM. You never really get to play anymore. And this was really nice. This was really fun. So thank you.
That's the thing. You show up for one game and you're like, I'll give it a shot, and then in 6 months you realize you're here now. You just live here.
You're here. Yep.
And of course, I'm Andrew, your games master for the evening, and for most evenings around here. Although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the DM seat in the coming weeks, because we got a bunch of great people that want to tell a bunch of great stories, and I'm here to support them. Did it all in one breath. Yes, join our casting call. Link is up in chat. We got Gun and Slinger. We got Ark Doomed. We got Heart, the City Beneath. Galactic. Monster Care Squad. A bunch of really great games. Pathfinder. So much. Other than that, our friends over at High Shelf Collective are currently live playing some... I don't know what that is. They Feed on Fear. They're playing some... I assume that's the name of the game. They Feed on Fear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to throw it over to them. Or I do. Just, as always, be good people. Do good things. And see you next time.
You're beautiful.
Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Thank you so much.